first, get stream on phone. Glad to see there's no rain or snow in the forecast today in the desert. That's nice. Fuck. Cup Series has been blessed with good weather this year. But we're only 3 races in. Give it time. I'm sure when I go to Bristol or Martinsville, the rain will hit. Thank you, 10,000th useless email that I've gotten today. Okay. 'Tis working. Good afternoon. Late afternoon on the East Coast. Afternoon on the West Coast. Let me be paranoid and check my OBS again. Yeah, it's working. Today's bet, $2 on Joey Logano. I figure if I'm going to be pissed off at the end of the race, I might as well get paid for it. And another week of making the mistake of sitting down and watching the entire 30-minute pre-show on Fox. And it's the cringiest shit from start to finish that I've ever watched. I wish they would just, like, treat NASCAR like a serious sport and not talk to the viewer like we're fucking stupid. I don't know. And between Danica Patrick and Clint Boyer, it's going to be hard to not break my television or stab myself in the ears today. I don't know who's worse, Danica or Boyer, because Danica just has like nothing to add, but Boyer's just annoying and just yells a lot and says nonsensical things. If it's a $2 bet, I want Logano. If it's a $2 bet, give me Logano. Sun is out. No snow in sight. Of course I'm picking Logano. Penske's trying to get their 600th win. It's the Pennzoil race. He's driving the Pennzoil car. I'm picking Logano if it's a $2 bet. If it's only a $1 bet, I would take Blaney for the second week in a row. Jinx him.
Yeah, that's a couple of challenges for those guys, but they will be charging for it. We know that. We're in Vegas, right? You want to bet the favorite?
Competition caution at lap 30 for no reason.
That's pretty easy.
I mean, we have practice. We know what the tires are based on practice, but NASCAR likes to have restarts. Thing is, with this aero package, we don't need restarts. You'll get restarts naturally with this aero package. Imagine how great it would be if we didn't have stages with these cars. Stages were just a product of the shitty Gen 6. We don't need them anymore. But they're here to stay, ladies and gentlemen. You know they are. There's Jeff Gordon looking more and more like he's morphing into Rick Hendrick every time I see him. There's Kyle Larson.
Yeah, and I think it's because of the grip here, Chris. At California last week, there was a lot of slipping and sliding. This weekend, there's going to be a lot of grip down in the turns, but the turns are really bumpy. So being side by side, you lose your downforce, those bumps could really upset you. So look for that to be a factor, especially down in turns 1 and 2.
And there still is time to win Clint's month.
Michael, can you put 5 on Larson? I'd take 5 on Larson. What would that be, like $20 or something if he wins?
Zero sugar. 400 miles live in Las Vegas, and we want to hear the words to get us going.
I don't know, Chaser, that's tough.
most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome NFL Hall of Famer Marcus Allen.
Fuck it, $5 on Chase. 5 on Chase. 5 on Chase. 5 on Chase. $5 on Chase. The ultimate jinx.
Thanks for hanging with us and joining the race. Right after this, Mike Joy, Clint Boyer, and Danica Patrick in the broadcast booth for NASCAR on Fox.
At least the cringy pre-race show's over. Yeah, we'll go with Chase, even though we'll have no fucking chance because I bet on him. Dillon's not here today. I think he's working. So it's just me. We've got the air conditioning on in this fucking house because it's almost 80 degrees here, and the dryer was running, and there's food in the kitchen that's cooking, and it was getting hot, so we actually have the air on. How about that? Well, we've successfully jinxed Chase Elliott to within an inch of his life, so we'll see how this works out. The picks I would think of were like Larson, Chase, Blaney, or Logano. If you were looking for long shots, I would say Bell, Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse, Tyler Reddick, Briscoe. Briscoe would be a good one. Still got to get that last bit of cringy pre-race Las Vegas shit out of the way, don't we? Boy, I'm just always so happy when the race finally starts because it gets a lot less cringier. At least then all I have to worry about is their shitty camera work. Shut up. Thank you, Mike Joy. Notice Mike Joy's never on the pre-race show because he doesn't want any part of that shit. Ruin his credibility forever.
Yesterday, of course, NASCAR's in town. Anything can happen, and that's the way this season has started out. Where just anything can happen. Look at these first two races, Daytona and California. Tyler Reddick's led 90 laps. Nobody's led 100 yet. 19 different drivers with top 10 finishes. Only Eric Almirola has 2. 25th in points. Alex Bowman could leave here with the point lead. That's how close things here. In Vegas, it's all about the numbers, and the big number is 29. It's the 29th race here. 9 different organizations.
Why is Danica dressed like she's going to a funeral?
And 2 great analysts to take you through the race.
Great analyst. SRX analyst Danica Patrick.
In Vegas? Oh, that's going to be fun. What have you seen so far in this season that you like, and what have you seen that concerns you?
I love the new car.
The tires.
I love that it's making it challenging. I love that it's different. I just love that it's different. It creates storylines. And I think with a new car, it really, there'll be a lot of acceleration of that. There'll be teams that figure things out at times, other ones that fall behind and pull ahead. So I think that makes for a really good season. And then, of course, who doesn't love a rivalry? So there's been some really good rivalries already within teams. So I think that's also really exciting.
Yes, we have a few teams against each other and within teams. So, Clint, the mile-and-a-half tracks make up the bulk
bulk of the schedule. Sure, Daytona was Daytona. California was just hard to predict with short runs. What are we going to see on this mile and a half?
Well, that California, you look back at last weekend, old wore-out surface. Not so much here.
Yeah, Danica was a good IndyCar driver. Never take that away from her.
You know, the meat and potatoes of this sport.
She knew what she was talking about when it came to open wheel stuff.
This race to be a challenger for the championship. It always seems to breed, you know, those champions to the front of the field here. You got to have a good aero balance on the car. You got to have your elbows up on restarts. Bam, 4 or 5 wide.
Clint Boyer just says a bunch of shit. Elbows up, 4 or 5 wide. Got to get up on it. Hit the gas. Go, go, go. He says everything's short of boogity boogity.
All right, let's see how that plays out. And let's visit with the pole sitter for today's race. Didn't have a great
Hopefully around the competition caution, my food will be ready.
California, so he was the first driver to qualify, transferred into the top 10, and won the pole.
Hey, Christopher Bell's Boyer, Danica, Mike Joy up in the booth. You got us?
I got you guys.
Man, Polecat looking pretty up there in the doo-wop.
I wanted to pick Logano as well, but Michael said I'll give you 5 on Chase, so I'm like, deal. But I was gonna pick Logano.
Yeah, I feel good. I think we've got a really good team, really all year long. Our Camrys have been really good. So yesterday in practice was very refreshing to have a lot of speed, qualified well. So I think we got the tools we need to have a good day. Hopefully we can execute.
All right, buddy. Good luck. Appreciate it.
That is the first career pole in the NASCAR Cup Series for Christopher Bell from Norman, Oklahoma. He shares the front row.
Shout out to my friend D-Rad, Norman, Oklahoma.
This race last year, Toyota Chevrolet front row. Fords in row 2, Austin Cindric, the Daytona 500 winner. He started top 5 every race this year. Chase Briscoe gets his best oval cup start for Stewart Haas.
A lot of chases, a lot of ties, a lot of Austins in modern NASCAR. Did Mike Joy have a stroke? Tyler Reddick to the rear. As Clint Boyer's probably about to say, he'll be fun to watch up here against the outside, down 3 wide. Man, I can't wait. That's my Clint Boyer impression. Danica's ex-boyfriend. Are they having a moment of silence for their relationship after they showed his name on the grid? I think they're having technical difficulties. It's a shame they didn't have any in that fucking pre-race show. But they're having them now. Custer, Reddick, Hemrick to the rear, front approved adjustments, Kyle Busch to the rear for backup. God damn it, Fox, I can't hear Larry Mack. But this music is pretty jamming. I hope it's license free because nobody's talking over it. I wonder what it's like to have a job where you just record stock music like this. Why is Jamie Little dressed like a Mennonite woman during Breast Cancer Awareness Month? Nah, Fox's shitty director probably just says to Boyer, lots of energy, Clint, lots of energy. And he's like, oh my God. Kyle Larson supports the Ukraine. The more you know. Hey, they got it back just in time for Regan Smith.
1 week ago, started 11. By the lap 11, was leading that race, led 90 laps until a late flat tire. This week, though, a new set of challenges. He's going to have to fall to the back because of a steering issue in practice and qualifying yesterday. The team opted to make that change now. They feel like they will be able to methodically move their way from the back of the field all the way up to the front. But it's going to look different than last week. Mike?
All right, the field has checked pit road speed and forms up double file on the back straightaway. Here are today's Ford Performance Track Facts. Ford has 13 Las Vegas wins, more than any manufacturer.
Mark Martin won here in 1998.
The most recent.
Should have known that Joey Logano winning 2 races in a row early in 2020 was a sign of the forthcoming apocalypse.
Daniel Hemrick,
When he won Vegas and Phoenix.
transaxle needed to be changed this morning. Cole Custer found an engine part that wasn't properly
Man, it feels good to have the AC on in this house. Shit. It's cool in my room.
He'll drop to the back, and of course, Kyle Busch has a backup car due to a practice crash. Today's race, 400 miles, 267 laps.
80 laps, stage 1. 85, stage 2. 102, third stage. Competition caution, lap 30. Why? Because fuck you, that's why.
And since we met with NASCAR this morning, they've added a competition caution.
Of course they have.
For teams to check.
For commercials and to force another restart, even though you don't need to force restarts because these cars race pretty fucking good based on what I've seen this year.
Here's Austin Cindric's team getting ready.
We're going green next time.
Keep doing keep learning at a fast pace. Try to fly in speeders. You know, these restarts go probably have to talk about this throughout the race, man, but things are hard work. Keep it going. What you need.
Yeah, it's really interesting on this racetrack, and we've talked about what we've seen so far. And obviously, I messed up with Christopher Bell saying that it was a 4, but my point there was everybody's had a little bit of time in the sun except for those Camrys. My eye is on Christopher Bell and that Toyota to have a good day here. The Fords were really fast in Daytona on that restrictor plate type racing. Last week in California, the Chevrolets really dominated that race. Tyler Reddick leading a lot of laps, and then obviously...
Look at that kid with a bag full of die casts. They're not 124s, though, so he can keep them.
I'm looking for these Toyotas to show up today. I really am, Mike.
Danica bumped into two of your Cup spotters up here on the roof. Tap Boyd, Brandon Benash. They both sit fast along. Have a great race.
Great guys. They've had their work cut out for them this year. So
Well, they've had a hard time if they had to spot for her, I tell you that. Biggest challenge was getting her the fuck out of everybody's way.
A handful of races would be normally when we would get a very good idea of who was good and who was not going to be good. Yes, mile and a halfs are definitely the bread and butter of the series, but I don't know if we can.
At least mile and a halfs are fun
these
again.
First 5 races with how much newness there is.
Well, certainly when we come out here out west, you know, by the time you get up the West Coast swing is where you reevaluate. But we're going to find out, Mike.
All right, the 2022.
Oh my God, it's the green flag.
And here they come to the attention of the starter stand.
Couple of dirt guys on the front row. Is there a prop bet on the first caution? Briscoe got really wide there out of 2. Whoa, Logano into the back of Chase. I thought he was going to turn him. Down at the end of the backstretch, there was a big stack up. Cindric checked up, Chase checked up, and Logano ran into him. Doesn't seem to hurt anybody. Bell's going to lead lap 1. Logano's 3 wide between Stenhouse and Hamlin. Ooh. I thought that was going to be a wreck as hard as Logano. Oh, my God, a split screen replay. Fox, way to go. I can still see what's going on. Wow. What a concept. I think Larson's going to have this lead before long. Bell fired off really good. We're 2 laps in now, and Larson's all over him. Briscoe to the outside of Cindric for 3rd. Chase Elliott 5th.
Chase Briscoe's been fast all weekend long. He was good last
We're on lap 3. Moment of silence. 3 fingers in the air.
Machine's running good. You can tell a different swagger with the kid. I saw him at the casino over Cosmopolitan in the elevator, and I could just tell by looking at him, man. He was confident in his car and his speed for the week.
Remember, Greg Biffle is here today.
Well, you know, you can
Elliott to the outside of Cindric for 4th. Bringing Logano with him. Cindric has qualified. He's raced well. But, yeah. Whoa, Cindric just snapped loose in the middle of 1, and they cut away from it. Oh, great. Now we're showing a fucking full screen replay. Larson got loose behind Bell. They missed Cindric almost wipe out Chase just now. I hate Fox. Now Logano has passed Chase, and they've all passed Cindric. Hamlin to the inside of Chase for 5th. Cindric's back in 6th. Bell's still the leader. I thought Larson would get him by now, but after he got loose, he's fallen to about a 2nd behind him. I don't know what happened to Chase because they didn't show it. He's 7th place now. Alex Bowman looks pretty good. And now we're going to go to another full screen replay to show. I hate fucking Fox so goddamn much. I hate Fox. I want to watch what's going on. I saw that when it happened. You dumb fucks missed it, even though you were looking right at it.
He was not in a good spot right there. That definitely makes you nervous. You have a car get sideways.
It's like, let me watch the race, please. Bowman and Byron up in the top 10. Chase is fading. I don't know what's going on there. We shouldn't have bet on him. It's our fault. NASCAR's like, uh-oh, we got to change the aero package. Less horsepower, more downforce because Christopher Bell's got over a 1.5-second lead. Yes. Okay. I don't want the fucking race. Somebody's got a 1.5-second lead. Time to change the aero package, NASCAR. Logano third. Now you see why I wanted to bet on him so bad. Tyler Riddick is the biggest mover, plus 13. Hemrick plus 8. Custer and Kyle Busch, Byron and Chastain, they're all moving through the field. Hamlin and Briscoe racing for 4th. They got history. A couple of times Hamlin and Briscoe last year. So good speed out of Hamlin and Bell. That's good for the Toyotas. I didn't know what they would have this week. Practice and everything else didn't have me too optimistic about the Toyotas. Chase Elliott's 11th. He's not even in the top 10 now. Another week, another wasted bet.
Try not to, again, like I talked about at the top of the show, don't lose too many spots. You don't want to dig yourself in a hole, but I do think as this run goes on, of course it's only 30 laps here.
Chastain's in the top 10.
You don't have very far to go to get an adjustment for the competition caution, but also you probably get an inkling if your car will come to life on the backside of this run.
Jamie, what's up with the 9?
Well, the problem for Chase Elliott actually started yesterday in practice. I talked to his crew chief, Dillon this morning, and he said Chase just feels like this car is out of the track, kind of floaty, and in return, he couldn't feel aggressive. He couldn't push this car because he's not sure if it's going to spin out on him. So that's what you're seeing here. He's just being a little bit timid until he can get more comfortable as this run goes on.
It'll come to you. I doubt it. Bell is the leader, a 2-second lead. Uh-oh, change the aero package. The sport's dead. And I'll be right back. I'm going to get food. I'll be back in just a minute. They just showed a Morbius commercial. I see that movie comes out on April Fool's Day. Because the big April Fool's prank is getting everybody to go see Morbius because they think there's going to be some kind of Spider-Man cameo in it. And then you go watch the shitty movie and there's no Spider-Man in it. But they've got your money, so. Bell won the Daytona road course last year because they screwed Chase Elliott. Because they threw a caution because it got cloudy. People hate on Chase Elliott, but has anybody been screwed out of more wins than Chase Elliott? This chicken is so fucking flavorless between you and me.
NASCAR on Fox. is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And by Credit One Bank.
Logano into second. God damn it, Michael. Bell still has a 2-second lead.
To start the 400-miler in Las Vegas. Christopher Bell has led them all, but Joey Logano.
Chase Elliott still 12th.
From Kyle Larson. They remain 2 seconds off the lead.
3 wide almost per second. Hamlin. Logano second. Larson third. Here comes Hamlin. Oh boy, all the fan favorites are coming to the front. Logano and Hamlin.
I love what I'm seeing out of these 3 cars. And all the while, Ryan Blaney creeping into the picture as well.
I wonder if Kyle is just loose. You know, he got loose in 1 and 2 many laps ago, and he just kind of keeps dropping back. So he's going to need that caution to make an adjustment.
Yeah, he's definitely being gingerly with it. Again, just like Larry said about the 9 car, his teammate.
Oh, yeah, he just got loose right there. You see that?
Loose into the corner. Hard thing to overcome.
Blaney, 4th place, passes Larson.
So Blaney up for 4th behind Hamlin. Let's get today's race strategy sponsored by Liberty Mutual. Larry Mack.
Yeah, Mike, the fuel window here, as you saw in the race analysis, is about 58 to 62 laps. Now, there's not near as much tire fall off as we had at Fontana, California last week. Stages, we won't have to worry about stage 1 because of the competition caution, but stage 2 and 3, just split it in half for 4 fresh tires. But my biggest strategy in early going, keep a watch on
Hamlin and Logano for second. Boy, Hamlin's cars really come to life. Truex as well. Truex is moving forward.
Hamlin keeps coming. He's looking
Oh no, the Toyotas are fast. Bell, Hamlin.
Hard to overcome that momentum on the outside. You can see it so frustrating.
Side draft to the inside of Logano down the back. Hamlin charges turn 3 because you can actually drive in deep now. You're not going wide open the whole fucking time. And Hamlin to second. And here comes Blaney for third underneath Logano. And here comes a big run from Larson. Has to sweep to the inside of Blaney to not kill him.
right up there in that 3rd place battle now.
Might have spoke too soon on that loose thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's coming to him.
Well, I think it does. Danica, it definitely does. We know that as the run goes on, usually there's things you can do. You heard Larry talk
Good
about
racing from second home back. Bill's checked out. Bill was so much quicker than everybody in qualifying.
overworking that front wheels just on purpose a little bit, trying to catch them up with the temperature in the rears. You see that a little bit. The other thing is locking it right down on the bottom.
Usually I don't pay much attention to qualifying, but when you're that much faster like Bill was, you got to pay attention to him. It's like, shit, dude. He was in another zip code.
Now behind this group, Chase Briscoe, who started 4th and is currently 7th. Regan.
Like Chase Briscoe sliding back just a little bit right now. John Kosmeyer's crew chief told me earlier today, if they kept that race car tight on entry, meaning the back wasn't sliding out, they felt like they would be very fast all day long. They've accomplished that. The problem with this car now, though, is it's very tight on exit. So while many of these race cars are loose at the moment, Chase Briscoe, one of those guys that's tight, meaning the right front's taking off on him.
Now that 2nd place battle has all changed. Denny Hamlin has run off and left that group. It's now Blaney, Larson, Bowman, and Joey Logano has lost that group, falling back. So 21
Comers and goers.
That means we have just had a green flag run that was longer than any green flag run last week in California.
Wow, there wasn't a green flag run of longer than 20 laps last week. I was wondering that last week. I'm like, God, we just haven't had any long runs.
What we had in California last weekend. That old place out there slick. Always a challenge to find grip and a good balance.
Vegas has a little more grip.
That balance shift that Chase Briscoe was talking about, that's going to be something that's going to be very tricky for him.
Although just in time for the next gen car, Vegas is about to hit its prime as far as track surface goes.
Leaning on that right front too hard, and you certainly, Danica, don't want to be leaning on that right rear getting into the corners.
I never liked that. That was not much fun.
Very uncomfortable.
Not much fun. But of course, after a weekend like last, you know, everybody's coming a little bit more conservative. It's also a little bit of an easier track than Fontana.
Got 6 laps till the competition caution.
And the age of it.
Yeah, Bowman's really fast. Yeah, Bowman's. I look up, Bowman's 4th. He was 6th when I looked down just now. Now he's 4th.
And you're seeing people realize the fact that there's not a lot of parts to backup parts. In fact, the backup parts are the backup now. Yeah. So I think these things are all playing into the day. And you know, it'll be interesting to see if the aggression gets a little higher during the race and people start coming at it a little bit more with tire pressures and other things.
as a driver, I've been watching as
Kevin Harvick, 14th. He's a big mover now. Coming on strong, 25 laps in.
Some of his lap times, but he's not in traffic. He's one of the fastest cars out there right now, Mike.
He's had a big game. Harvick up 9 as you watch our Hunt Brothers Pizza Cam.
Poor Bill's going to lose his 2-second lead because we have to have a caution for no reason.
Perfectionistic driver. He hits his marks. He doesn't make a
Truex,
lot of
7th.
mistakes, and so, you know, with wide open
Yes,
spaces
I'm
in
eating.
front of him right there, I can see why he's fast right now.
The other thing, watching his steering traces,
Getting it out of the way early in the race.
The opposite of what Chase Briscoe's fighting, his teammate. He didn't look tight at all. That thing looked a little bit edgy, free through the center of the corner, which is momentum in a track like this.
Martin Truex started 12th. He is up to 7th.
Where's Kyle? Kyle Busch is 20th.
And Kyle Busch crashed in practice yesterday morning. The team spent 8 hours transferring parts and pieces onto the backup car to make it into a complete race car. Got it inspected last night. And in the race today, how's that backup car working?
23-11 race and still has work to do. Look at where Kurt Busch is running. You guys remember when Bubba won Talladega that Facebook was down for that entire day, and that was damn unfortunate.
Yesterday in practice. Left rear tire down and around and a hard hit.
Hey, look, instead of showing the race, we're showing something that happened yesterday.
But look at this backup car, folks. I'm telling you, that's bare bones. I'm bare bones, no engine in it, the seat wasn't in it. It even had his teammates' back glass in it. There was a lot of work that was being done to get that car on this racetrack. And
Bill's lead is approaching 3 seconds now with 2 laps till the competition caution. Byron going for 8th. Here comes Chastain. Chastain might split the middle here. 3 wide. No, it closes up. Logano's just in front. Logano's fading now. Chase Elliott still 12th. Stop the bleeding. Blaney going for 2nd on Hamlin. There'll be a caution next time around.
sure has. There's going to be some guys, again, you heard Kyle Busch telling all those details of what he said. The one thing that I did hear, and I pointed out, I took out of his conversation there with his crew chief, it was the blowout with the tires. Is what he was talking about is how aero-tight he was behind cars.
Should be a caution anytime now. We're on lap 31. Who's going to be in second at the time of caution? Looks like it's going to be Blaney. He's going to clear Hamlin. Yep. Caution's out. Bill's leader, Blaney second, Hamlin third, Bowman fourth, Larson fifth, Truex sixth, Logano, Byron, Briscoe, Chastain, the top 10. Who's running bad? Bubba, Kurt Busch. Scroll more, please, on the ticker. I don't want to move my leaderboard. Be back in a second.
Stage 2 in today's race for a free shot at your share of the jackpot. Here are some of the questions you will be facing. Who's going to lead the most laps in stage 2? Who will have the fastest lap? How many laps under caution? What team will have the most car in the top 5? Where will Christopher Bell be?
Hey, that's a good question. How about that one? I like it.
And choose which of several drivers has the best finish in stage 2. Free to play. Enter now.
Free. Just go to the app.
Wonder if Dillon entered his Super 6.
People on Twitter, the videos and things like this we try to do.
I really got to get in the habit of doing that.
Free app and win money. Good gig, Danica.
You like hanging out with people, Clint? You like people?
love it.
You're kind of a people person?
I had a bunch of new friends last week.
Austin Dillon is 26th after starting in the top 10. So the 3 and the 43 don't look nearly as good as they did last week.
All right, pit road will be open. First opportunity for the pit crews today.
Ty Dillon's 32nd.
I bet with this new car, this competition caution is probably liked by all, except for the leader.
Except for Christopher Bell.
I was going to say, I bet Bill hates this fucking pointless caution.
2 Toyotas, 1 Ford, and 2 Chevrolets. Regan Smith.
Well, Mike, Joey Logano definitely.
Here they come on the pit road.
Caution, that race car started out just a little bit too loose for him, meaning the back was stepping out, but then it went inconsistent. He can't predict whether the back's going to slide or the front's going going to go straight through the corners with that race car, so a good size adjustment for those guys. Jamie?
Those early issues for Denny seem to be gone now.
Make sure you get them wheels, Tot. What's the best race I've seen at Vegas in any series? Fuck. There haven't been that many remarkable races. The playoff race at Vegas in 2018, and Ryan Blaney wins the race off pit road. Blaney, Hamlin, Bell, Bowman, Chastain up to 5th. Larson drops to 9th. Blaney gets the lead on pit road. I think Cody Ware just did the thing where they're going to pit next time around. I saw a lot of cars that were on a lead lap in the back stay out so they can just pit on an empty pit road and not get in the way. So that's probably what they did. Well, Blaney got the lead on pit road, so they can't let Bell stink up the show now, can they? 2018 playoff race at Las Vegas. Probably the best race in the track's history that I can think of right now. Jeff Gluck during the pre-race show, please God, just start the race already. Oh, yeah. It was a particularly bad pre-race show today. Thanks, phone, for lagging and booting me off Twitter when I just tried to fucking go back to the previous page. Thank you. Scrolling Twitter for pit penalties. Samantha Bush said Crew got Kyle's car fixed, but he did not lose lap. Did Kyle Busch get damaged or something that we didn't fucking see? Oh, Kyle Busch has a shifter problem. Kyle said the shifter won't unshift. It's fucking fucked, he said on the radio. But apparently they fixed it and they didn't lose a lap. That happens when you're rolling out a fucking third-string race car. Because the car didn't even have his name on the back windshield when they got it off the trailer yesterday. Greg Biffle got the free pass. Good for the Biff.
You finally...
Oh, fucking A. Kyle Busch is starting the back again just because they had to fix that damn shifter.
He is the leader. He's elected the inside for this restart. Christopher Bell was a little slow on the stop, but slow getting out of that first pit stall.
Bell's rear tires really spun a lot coming out of his pit box.
He lost, obviously, right there to Ryan Blaney, his teammate Denny Hamlin, and a lot of that was just...
Is Biff full-time? Nah, Biff's only part-time. He didn't race last week, remember?
There tells the story.
Worst wreck I've seen at Vegas? Shit, there ain't been many. Probably something in the truck series.
All that wheel spin coming out of the box, he might have come out.
Blaney, Hamlin, Bowman, Bell. Followed by Truex and Ross Chastain.
That stall hasn't won this race since 2009, and that's not necessarily the case for any number one stall in any other place. Wow. There's actually people that have been on the pole before and chose a different stall.
We'll restart with 4 of the top 6 looking for...
Got to put some WD-40 down on that pit box there for Bell. Oh, no, that would make it worse. Some WD-40.
We're on lap 36.
Logano going 3 wide around Chastain and Byron. Trying to follow Bill, get a big run down the back. Truex cuts up in front of Bill. Bowman into second place. They're still 3 wide.
It's Kevin Hamlin, the 48 spotter.
Ooh, Bill checked up big time in 4. Blaney, Bowman, Hamlin, and Truex drive away. Bowman going for lead. Remember Blaney and Bowman were going to finish 1-2 here a couple years ago before a stupid caution for Ross Chastain. Bowman slipped up now in 2. Loses a little bit of ground to Blaney. Not much, though. Bowman's got speed. He's just looking for a way to get around Blaney now. He caught him at the end of the backstretch. They had 25 laps. Now everybody's more confident in how their cars handle, so they're going to start pushing it. I can already see it with just looking at Bowman's car. Bowman to the inside of Blaney for the lead. Can't hold the bottom. Slips up a little bit. Blaney holds him off. Oh, we got to spin. Custer, look out. I told you, guys, we're going to start pushing. And it begins, ladies and gentlemen. Better get it rolling. Oh, he's stuck. Nope, it's rolling. It's rolling.
That car's going to move.
Oh, man, I thought he was going to be stuck for a second.
He was in 25th.
Trying to...
Second caution of the
Larson lost 5 spots on pit road, and I have no idea what happened to him on this restart. He's like a ghost now. Custer didn't hit anything and didn't have any flat rears, so he's coming back to the pits. Larson somehow wound up back here behind Custer. And Custer spun out. He did the Jesse Awuji. He spun out by himself, but at least these cars are actually much harder to drive.
Right there as he was crossing that tunnel, the rough part of the racetrack. Got the old hospital hop and away it ran. And it's definitely because of that low air.
Almost had it.
Oh, yeah, Gordon in 2008 at Las Vegas. Yeah, that was a nasty hit. Carl Leber should have been disqualified that day, and Junior should have been the winner, but we didn't have those rules back then. God, Clint Boyer, shut the fuck up.
I'm Clint Boyer, and I just yell, man, 'cause I'm crazy and I'm funny.
Shut up. I fucking hate Clint Boyer now. I hated him behind the wheel the last couple of years, and I hate him even more in the booth. Blaney, Bowman, Hamlin, Truex, Byron, Bill, Logano, Chastain, Elliott, Keselowski, the top 10. God, I fucking hate Clint Boyer. Danica is actually not that bad. I think it's just because Boyer's so fucking horrible. Hey, show some more fucking goofy cartoons and skits from the pre-race show. It was classic, man. I didn't want it to end.
Put it out. Put it out.
Because that's original.
Oh, my God. Put it out.
Come on, man. I mean, put it out, man. J.K. Rowling says Hermione should have ended up with Harry instead of Ron. Didn't she write those fucking books? When I see random shit on Twitter during a commercial that has nothing to do with what we're watching. I don't think Clint's just fucking stupid. And he is horrible in the booth. I can't stand him anymore. I cannot fucking stand Boyer. Remember all those times Mike Joy got grumpy with Darrell Waltrip? I don't know how he fucking puts up with Boyer. Or if all those years with DW just prepared him for somebody even dumber like Boyer. Listening to Boyer's making this race take longer. It's not the cautions, it's Boyer.
Fox is sponsored by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
Funny how I'm always happy to watch the race, but I'm always in a hurry to get it over with because I want to get to the good parts.
Built for America.
California last week was 4 goddamn hours.
Under caution for Cole Custer's spin. Here's how the
Dave Moody in problems.
Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano top 10. Austin Dillon and Daniel Suarez had a penalty for his team being over the wall too soon, so he's on the way back from 32nd. Jamie, sorry you were rudely interrupted there by Cole Custer's spin. Let's get back to you.
What's up with Larson?
Before we went green last time by, Mike
26th.
came in and hit it the second time. He had come on the radio and said he had somewhat of a vibration.
Larson had a vibration and pitted under the caution before the restart.
His crew chief, Cliff Daniels, said it is too early in this race to take a chance. They came in and made sure they were all tight.
Jamie Kyle Busch made a quick run through the field on that first run of the race, working his way up almost or inside the top 20. An extended pit stop there, though. On the first stop, they had to fix the transmission. He could upshift the car, but could not downshift it to get onto pit road, so they decided to hop in the right side window and work on that now while they had some time.
He and Cole Custer and Daniel Hemrick, the only cars that stopped during that caution. Here is Chad Knaus for Hendrick Motorsports.
Super Chad.
Tires that came off of the 5 of Kyle Larson at the competition yellow.
I don't think he was necessarily looking at the
Crew
tires,
chief of the
so
most dominant driver in the modern era.
the hub, that assembly around there
Stacy Compton. You thought I was going to say Jimmy Johnson.
was holding up the outlets.
Not for real. Chad Canals is Stacy Compton's crew chief.
Blaney and
The
Bowman
more you know, you little
on
shithheads.
the front row. Ford versus Chevrolet. 2 Toyotas right behind them. And lead for the 11 team. Chris
Green flag.
Bowman was going to get that lead. Where they cause Chastain goes 3 wide. Bill tries to block him on the apron, gives him the line. Chastain with an Austin Hill level restart there. Bowman around the outside. Big wreck. Well, not a big wreck. They all save it. Kyle Busch saves it. Keep going. No yellow, no yellow, no yellow. Oh, never mind. Justin Haley just spun. Caution's out.
The 31 has gone around,
Well,
and we're back to
now we can't go a lap. Justin Haley drives away.
Free cautions.
Told you. They had that 25 laps to be like, okay, I can do this. Now they're all driving way too hard.
And we were just talking about, I don't think we're
NASCAR's like, yes, our competition caution worked to perfection. It's created more cautions. Harvick's in the top 10 now.
conversation about that low air and all this dirty air on these restarts.
Bowman was the leader at the time of caution, I think.
What's the difference now versus
Nobody got any
used to be
damage out of that mess.
someone coming across
That
the
should have been a huge
line?
wreck.
Bigger difference than it used to.
Watch the 3 and the 18. There's the 31. Let's see what happened here.
Austin Dillon goes down on the apron. 3 wide. And this proceeds to completely lose it underneath Justin Haley and stack up everybody behind him and send Kyle Busch sideways.
Started clear back at the start finish line.
And then Haley spun out.
Second 3 wide, got in down
And thus
there.
we have a caution.
Loose underneath of him.
Come on there. Tight on your right rear.
Now I went deeper. I said Stacy Compton.
Clear high.
That number 92 won the pole at Talladega, I think, 2001. Chad Canals is the crew chief.
Kyle Busch has had a busy day.
What's Kyle's radio sound like?
Everything else is fine except just getting straight back from the back. Pretty good look. We'll have to check the diffuser. There's nothing we can do about it.
Now that diffuser that hangs down under the rear end, if he went from the banking to the flat, that could have been damaged. Watch him come in from the right side of the screen here. areas where that diffuser could have gotten some damage.
That nose, that left front nose is dragging too, but man, that cat, man, what a driver. He got that thing straightened out, under control, no harm, no foul. I think he's just fine.
Sounded pretty calm.
For spinning out at 170 mile an hour, right?
And for Kyle Busch.
3 cars in front of exactly.
Daniel Hemrick's got damage off of that. Wow, that's pretty significant damage. You can see the entire splitter. That front end is completely pushed in on Hemrick's car.
Well, let me drive the South Point car. Well, his dad owns South Point. I guess he could drive the car if he wanted to, but he showed him he was washing the fire suit, doing all sorts of things, helping out Daniel Hemrick, and not sure if he can help this, but they've got the hood down. They're going to send it back out. The USFL is coming starting April 16th. It kicks off with an historic inaugural game as New Jersey takes on
Hut Strickland. Where's Ted Musgrave?
Fox and NBC.
Where's Chad Little? Stanton Barrett.
I don't think Austin
Greg
was
Sachs.
second last week.
Or as my uncle and dad always called him, Greg Sucks.
Definitely the one that shot up and hit, so that the damage should be on his right side.
Kyle Busch has been really calm for a guy who's had as much trouble this year so far as he's had. It's pretty zen.
Substantial enough to hurt this thing. I think all those cars are going to be just fine. Obviously,
I don't think Hemrick's car is going to be just fine, boy. Are you fucking blind?
around the hood area had to tape it down.
I mean, Hemrick's car's running. The wheels are straight.
Road and check things over. Cole Custer will get back on the lead lap, I believe, with the free pass. And we're in
Bowman, Blaney, Truex, Hamlin, Chastain, the top 5.
quick succession. Here's the
NASCAR's like, yes, the competition caution was a stroke of genius. They're loving this, you know. Fuck. Yeah. Oh, hey. What a surprise. They let you go, huh?
We didn't have shit to do, and I asked them, and they were like, well, let us look into the computer and make sure we ain't going to have nothing else coming. And I was like, all right. And then they were like, no, you're good to go. And I said, are you sure you don't need me? And they're like, no. I was like, all right, see you.
Well, we just had back-to-back-to-back cautions.
I was listening on the radio.
Yeah. And I called it, too. I said, yeah, they ran 25 laps. Now they're going to start pushing hard. So, oh, I got this. And now guys are just spinning out like California again. Lawless Allen. We were naming off old... you missed my joke because they showed Chad Knaus. And I said, there's Chad Knaus, the crew chief of the most dominant driver of the modern era. Stacy Compton. He was Stacy Compton's crew chief before Jimmy Johnson's. And then I said Ted Musgrave and Hut Strickland. And who the fuck? Yeah, Michael said Hut Strickland. What's another stupid NASCAR driver I could name? Not a stupid NASCAR driver. You know what I mean. Grant Adcox. Oh, shit. He died. That's the only reason I remember his name. Loy Allen. Won the pole at Daytona in 93. Or was it 94? 94. Who else? I already said Chad Little. Can't make fun of Johnny Benson. He actually won a race. He is part of the most annoying lightning challenge in the history of NASCAR Thunder, though.
Stage 2 underway with 2 quick cautions in succession. One for
Blaney and Bowman on the front row.
and one for Austin.
We can complete a lap now.
Haley and Kyle Busch getting spun down to the bottom of the track from that one. Everybody's back in play, and here we go. Bowman,
Didn't Chastain win an Xfinity race here a couple years ago? I'm not surprised he's running well. Bowman with a good launch. He was the leader at the time of caution. 3 wide. Cindric, Kurt Busch, and Briscoe mid-pack. Logano, big checkup on the box. It's the second time today Logano's come to a dead stop in front of Elliott and just completely fucked. No, it was Cindric the first time. My bad. 3 wide. Logano again losing ground on corner exit. Bowman and Blaney drive away. Hamlin and Truex side by side for third. Let me know what week you want to get the Martinsville tickets.
He does.
He's been pretty racy as he battles William Byron here. He's got Dolly Parton on the car. I'm impressed. That's got to be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's ACM's.
Dolly Parton being on your car wouldn't be good for aerodynamics. She would create a lot of drag. Oh, 3 wide for the lead. Hamlin, Blaney, and Bowman. Hamlin takes the lead. Ooh, Blaney loose. Almost lost it. Now Hamlin's going to check out like Bell did on the first run.
So the way this starts out, Alex Bowman gets loose up off of 2, and Hamlin's got a big run.
Sure did. Over those bumps, and then you said it, Danica, look at the momentum Denny Hamlin had. Drove by both of them, the old 2 for 1.
See, remember when I said Clint Boyer just says stupid shit that nobody else ever says?
The old twofer.
He's like the Phil Simms of NASCAR now. Larson's up to 13th now, so he went from 26th to 13th. Keselowski's 27th. I'm not sure how.
Well, let's find out. Jamie?
Well, you guys heard that report that Chase Elliott was out of the track. He needed the back end to be locked down. They made a
Kurt Busch going for 9th.
adjustment, and Danica, to your point, he's feeling much more
Kevin Harvick in the top 10. If he can get around Logano here. Harvick might have the coolest paint scheme in the field this week. Biffles is pretty cool.
But I think what we're seeing is it's a little bit better to be tight.
Boy, Christopher Bell doesn't look so good without being out front.
And Chastain crosses him over. And here comes Chase Elliott.
And Chastain keeps moving forward.
I like Ross Chastain. I've always liked Ross Chastain.
When they make a good change on the car, you do notice right away. That's why it was easy to see from the start.
I like Danica in the pre-race. They were talking about the differences between teammates in IndyCar, teammates in Formula One, teammates in NASCAR. Instead of IndyCar, you're almost driving like identical cars. So NASCAR, pretty close, but the crew chief makes a big difference. So I'm like, yeah, because nobody ever blamed the crew chief in their career more than you did. So don't worry, guys. Danica only sucked at Stewart Haas, while literally everybody else that's ever driven a Stewart Haas car has won a race because her crew chief. Crew chief does make a big difference. I think that's the big reason why Bowman's always the weakest Hendrick car, because I don't think Greg Ives is a very good crew chief. So she's right to an extent, but goddamn, she changed crew chiefs every fucking year. She changed crew chiefs like they were tampons or something. Oh, sexist joke. Why can't you say something about a woman without making a period joke? Excuse me. By passing Alex Bowman, Hamlin took the lead for the first time since lap 493 of last fall's Martinsville race when Alex Bowman ran him over. I hated I missed that.
That's the last time Dennis was in the lead of a race.
Martinsville, when he got
That is
spun by
insane
Bowman.
to think about. Wow.
My Twitter is nothing but people going, I think today's pre-race show might have been the worst pre-race show ever of all time. We're still under green during the commercial by some miracle. Larson back in the top 10. I got grief for Jesus today in the Chaos mod in GTA.
Did he shotgun you in the chest?
Yeah, he shot me from a mile away. I ran him over as he spawned in, and as he was laying on the ground, he still like popped up and shot me with the rail gun.
What he done to me yesterday?
Yeah.
That was some.
And the next time I came through there, I see cars blowing up in the distance, and it was him blowing up other cars, and I shot him with a pistol from like 30 yards away.
Dude, I swear I thought I seen you yellow. I was like,
Truex is third. Elliott and Larson, 8th and 9th. Is Clint Boyer going to yell and say something stupid about, oh, look, Elliott Larson, they don't live there, they run each other over. There you go, right on cue. There's the camera. Danica really didn't do good in junior equipment. She was in the Nationwide Series where there was about 12 competitive cars, and out of those 12 competitive cars, she would run about 8th. So she really wasn't that good.
And he is up 13 positions since the restart.
Chastain and Bell just back and forth with each other, and it's bringing Elliott and Larson right to him.
He can run in the middle. He can go anywhere that he needs to with that car. Cliff Daniels has that baby handle.
you know what that means? If Elliott and Larson get by, we got 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mike, you mentioned that Ross Chastain has been good almost every time he's raced here, no matter the
Bell in front of Chastain again. I'm sure Chastain will pass him right back.
some adjustments on that last stop to help him turn better in 3 and 4, and the pit crew got it done, getting 5 positions. He's already
I know they said he had the pit lane.
He got hit during that mess with Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch.
MMA fight last night. Maybe some of that rubbed off.
Kurt Busch passing Kyle Larson. What?
I've been to one of those before.
Hey, Bubba's even running better. He was 31st, now he's 24th. That's my Ned Jarrett for the day. What a big improvement there. He went from 31st to 24th.
And there you see it, that 5 car. Just the moment.
Oh, caution. Tyler Reddick through the grass. Go straight to your pit box. Keep it rolling and go straight to your pit.
Convenient spin spot.
Yeah, he spun right to pit road. He's going to drive through. Must have been past his pit box then. And we have a caution. This is the caution arrow package, guys. Spun out by himself, running that high line, ripping the high line. He was closest to the wall of anyone. I'm so glad we're back to the days of people just spinning out by themselves.
Oh my God.
What?
Well, your fans can finally understand what it looks like for me
When
to
that
play
happens in front of
NASCAR.
you and they pass by and
You see it all the time. I'm
you
loose.
escape
Coming
it,
out of
you
the corner
feel
and spin
so
all by myself.
triumphant.
Whoa, that thing. He might have more damage underneath that car than one thought. Jumping across.
These cars can go through the grass now and not shred their shit. I think it's just because the front end's not as close to the ground. And the splitter and the body are one piece now. So
That was actually a sick shot.
the splitter, not a splitter, his rear diffuser might be damaged.
So pit road will be open. BJ McLeod gets the free pass. Finished on the lead lap last week. Took only 1 free pass last week, and that was on the first caution of the day.
I don't know what tire wear's like, so I don't know if to pit here or not. Probably pit. Everybody will pit.
Could be interesting, though. 19 laps on the tires, probably less than 15 to go at the end of this stage.
Kurt Busch stays out, takes the lead. He's the only one. Kurt Busch stayed out. We might get some two-tire guys, though. Shout out to Mike Joy for spotting the Reddick spin while the TV broadcast didn't.
Other than that, it's been pretty decent. As you see, the 19 pull into his pit box, working on some adjustments for him. And the 12er, Ryan Blaney, said he's still rough over the bump, so they were going to give him an overall grip adjustment there. Nice stop for the 12 once again.
Two tires, Eric Almirola. Blaney say everybody took 4 except Almirola, and Kurt Busch stayed out.
Taking just 2 tires goes to the front.
So it'll be Kurt Busch and Eric Almirola.
Denny Hamlin led 16 laps, his first laps led of the year. Ride 'em, Cowboy Reddick. And hang on.
One guy stay out, one guy took 2. Yeah, Iceberg's right. He said the rear diffuser damage is going to be the new version of, oh shit, our splitter got ripped off in the grass. He's got a black light in his toilet.
Oh my god.
That's pretty cool. It's like shitting into outer space or something.
Do you turn the light on when you go piss?
No, I leave it off. I had a black light in my bathroom. In the toilet. Remember when Denny Hamlin said Alex Bowman was a hack even though Bowman won more races than him last year? Where's my resident Hamlin fan? He's not been around lately. Had a shitty dinner. So it was a letdown today. We got the air conditioning on in here for the first time this year, and it feels good. And them drums hit hard when they come back from commercial. Ba-da-da. Oh, you're a Hamlin fan? I didn't even know you were a Hamlin fan. I must have forgotten.
Martin Truex, who was third, will restart in the rear.
Martin Truex.
Equipment interference.
Pit road penalty. So it looks like Kurt Busch, Corey LaJoie, and Cole Custer stayed out. And Almirola took 2 tires. Yeah. So he's just staying out. He spun the previous caution. 2 cautions ago. It's been a while. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of mistakes on pit road too, and this one's going to bite a front runner, the 19 car.
Truex had a tire roll into the 17's pit box.
Get that tire. You can see
That's illegal.
Too late.
12 laps. Kurt Busch, Corey LaJoie, Cole Custer, and Almirola. This will be funny. Especially with Corey up here. This could be bad. As out of control as these cars are.
See how this goes for Kurt. He looked like he had a good run.
Lap 69, we take the green flag. Corey did not get a good restart. Bell and Chastain immediately start fucking with each other as soon as they're past the start-finish line. Ooh, big checkup in the middle of the pack.
Seems easy to get to people's bumpers.
Oh, Custer. Custer's the one who got hurt the worst by staying out here. He's already faded well out of the top 15. 4 wide. Oh, 43. Touch the 47. They save it. William Byron's going to win the stage, I think, if Bowman doesn't get to him. Kurt Busch led a lap. Almirola's going to get freight trained by the fresher. Oh, Kurt Busch loose. Byron takes the lead. Almirola was inside because Byron had to check up to not get wrecked by Kurt Busch. And I got $5 on the 9 car, so please don't take him out. 4 wide again. Big pack coming out of 4. I would say that a Hendrick car is going to win the stage. They're about to be 1, 2, 3. Byron, Bowman, and Elliott. Kurt Busch 9th. LaJoy 15th. Custer out of the top 20. Larson back in the top 10 again. That 2-tire deal's working for Almirola. He's still 5th. He's going to lose more spots, but it's held on for a few laps.
Well, Mike, not so all is lost with that 45 car. The team also mentioned to him, this is a good opportunity to try and get those stage points, but save a set of tires. All these teams up and down pit road thinking about that. It's a pretty tight limit on tires today. They want to make sure they have some left at the end.
Points everywhere.
He may not be in the top 20 at the end of this stage, but he will have an extra set of tires on hand. Good point. Jamie.
Almirola still 5th on 2 tires. Not as quick as Custer. Look at Custer, he's 31st. I'd say it did not pay off for the 41. Oh, Hamlin pushing up the track in front of Blaney. Blaney had to jump out of the gas. Got really loose.
Briscoe and Reddick have definitely been the most.
That's $2,000 for every lap led by a Hendrick Chevrolet.
Look at this heck in the 11 car.
A lot of guys getting loose up top.
And right there in that same spot, Tyler Reddick's going out.
Almirola 6 now. 3 wide in the middle of Harvick and Larson. 4 wide. 4 wide. Again.
We call that a 3 for Dale.
Yeah. Hey, I call that a 3 for. I'm Clint Boyer.
Everybody trying to do good things for the Ukrainians. Look at that. Lean left, $2,000 a lap.
Chastain 4th.
1, 2, 3, and here comes the 5 car. Going to
Yeah, Hendrick cars are fast. Byron was right place, right time on the restart. I think Bowman's probably a little better. Good God, what a mess off of 4. Bell, Busch, Almirola, Eric Jones. And now, yeah, Almirola's quickly faded now. He held on for longer than I thought he would. Kyle Busch, top 10.
How about Kyle Busch, backup car? We don't know what we've got, but we're going to give it all we've got, and here he is in the top 10.
He's so talented. So good with the car, so good with the craft, racing. I mean, pretty good display of that today.
Bowman's got a better car than Byron, I think.
He can give you a good long run speed. He can be elbows up and very aggressive on restarts. And that's exactly what you need on a track like Las Vegas.
We got a battle for the lead.
William Byron and Alex, I hate all those nicknames Bowman. Didn't stand for it. William Byron,
Yeah, we've yet to come up with a good nickname for Bowman.
his dad's built, he's always been William.
To the inside of Byron for the lead with 3 laps to go on the stage. And Alex Bowman's the leader. Like I said, I felt like he had a better car than Byron. He was already running top 3 or 4 anyway. Chastain's going for third on Elliott.
Chastain, that is.
2 to go. Trackhouse Racing has some pretty cringy sponsors, don't they?
That was Eddie DeHaan, Elliott's spotter.
It's a weird.
As Chastain goes by into third. 2 laps to go in stage 1.
Bubba's in the top 20.
I feel like clean air looks like it's pretty powerful out there.
No shit. Welcome to NASCAR for the last 20 years. 1 to go.
He took off, and I just think clean air is probably pretty valuable.
But I think that's what's so impressive about guys like Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson that drove up through the field.
And now Elliott's car again and doing what it did on the first run of the race. He's good for 5 laps, and then it just falls off a cliff. Denny Hamlin trying to pass an actual champion, and he succeeds. Is he going to clear Chase? We can't see. Bowman's going to win stage 1. Bowman, Byron, Chastain, Hamlin, Elliott, Larson, Blaney, Briscoe, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell. Won 4 races last year, didn't win a single stage.
I got a trivia question for you, Dale. Who's the last driver before Bowman to do that?
To do what?
To win a race with no stage wins. Regardless of what era.
Fucking win a race with no stage wins. That would be Larson a week ago.
Before Bowman.
Oh, before.
When Bowman done it, who done it before him? Who's the last one to do it?
Shit, I don't know.
No idea.
Nope. Probably somebody at like a super speedway.
You think it was before stage races?
Well, before.
Well, yeah, I guess super speedway would make sense. That probably happens every year.
Oh, I'm hungry because my dinner sucked. Actually, I'm not hungry. I'm just disappointed. And when my dinner sucks, I start craving something sweet, but I don't want to eat sugar. Never forget why you watch these cars that are actually fun to watch race that NASCAR stubbornly insisted that they, you know, they wanted to do the same package again this year with these new cars. They wanted to have like a 10-foot tall spoiler and 550 horsepower.
Oh yeah, hell, it happened 5 times last year.
Oh.
AJ's race, Eric Almirola, Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman, and Michael McDowell. They all won and didn't win a stage of that race. Michael McDowell should have been obvious to me, though.
Yeah.
I should have thought about that one.
Why did this tweet pop up for me? Daytona 500 was 3 weeks ago. It had a tweet from NASCAR probably said, "The wait is over. The Daytona 500 is here. It's green." It's like, why is a tweet from weeks ago popping up?
Are we getting another one? I'm down. What we got on the schedule next week?
Phoenix and then shitty Atlanta. Atlanta is going to suck because it's going to be the 550 shit again. Do I want some Pop-Tarts? I want some fucking ice cream, but that's really bad for me. Though I'm tempted to give Dillon my card and say, hey, go to Sonic, get what you want, and get me some. But I'll hold off on that.
Hold off on the diabetes.
Because I had some ice cream on my birthday, and that shit was fucking good. I got the cookie dough blast on my birthday, but I still want to try that Oreo one.
I'm not gonna lie, that Oreo one looks absolutely amazing, but I'm scared to try it.
Why are you scared to try it? It looks good.
Because it looks too sweet.
Yeah.
Team Chase Briscoe and Kyle Busch. Now this was with 1 lap to go.
Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe going at it with 1 to go on the stage.
And then coming to the checker for stage 1.
Huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but watch this.
And that's the flag. So then
Kyle Busch is butthurt that Chase Briscoe raced him hard.
here's what Chase Briscoe said.
I'd have hit him with. Kyle Busch tried to hit Briscoe after the stage was over because he got butt hurt. Yeah.
All right, pit stops in Oregon.
Don't know what that was about.
Free to really hustle it, but he's pretty comfortable in both lanes so far. The 11, little tight in dirty air. They were slow last stop, looked like a good one that time around. The one at Ross Chastain.
Wonder if I could DoorDash some Sonic. I got this coupon. As long as it's not more than $15, I get 50% off. Keselowski 2 tires takes the lead. I don't think that's going to work because we're at the start of another stage. Hamlin second, Elliott third, Bowman 4, Chastain fifth. Everybody took 4, Brad took 2. Oh, the strategery. The strategery.
It's going good, man. Going good in that race car, too. Had a little bit of trouble on pit road right there, but, man.
If Elliott wins and I get that $45, I'll buy you ice cream and I'll buy me one.
Thank you for that.
Of course not, because Michael put $5 on him for me.
Yeah, we've had some decent restarts so far today, so hopefully more of that. But
Yeah, remember Briscoe beat Kyle in the last lap at Darlington in that Xfinity race? That was fun.
the guys have done a really good job.
One of those early pandemic races. I worked that day and I came home and got to see the finish.
Good deal for us today.
Oh, I miss painting.
So hopefully do some more of that and go home with a trophy later.
All right, buddy. Good luck. Yo, hot rod's fast.
Thanks, man.
Alex Bowman, your stage 1 winner for Hendrick Motorsports and Chevrolet.
Slept till 1:30 today and I'm still yawning. Remember that time Kyle Busch swung at Joey Logano and hit like a fucking girl? And Logano didn't feel a thing. Oh, I punched him in the face. Yeah, and it looks like he didn't even do anything, bro.
Welcome to the Osco 400.
I'm yawning too much.
I can't wait till we get enough money to buy our own cup team.
And what, NASCAR Thunder?
No, chase for the cup.
Oh, I've already bought my own. I drive for myself in my career mode in 2005. I drive number 81. And I own a truck team as well. And my truck guys won the last couple races, but he got up to such a shitty start in the season, we probably ain't going to win the championship. And I'm going to be a shitty owner like Kyle Busch. And fire him for it.
You gonna fire him if he don't win the championship?
Maybe. Or I'll just drive it part-time the next year and then put somebody in it on the weeks I don't feel like driving. And my next season, I'm going to buy a Busch Series team and be like Kyle Busch, only I'm actually going to win in my own equipment.
Obstacle.
So tempted to see if we can DoorDash Sonic. Use this. I'm going to ride my bike a lot tonight anyway, so I can afford to eat a fucking ice cream or something. Look at the kid in the badass Bowman shirt. You missed him.
Stage 2.
Michael McDowell stays out and takes the lead. Brad Keselowski on 2 tires, 2nd place. What the fuck is Kyle Busch butthurt about? Briscoe didn't even do anything. He's the one who almost hit him.
And then Kyle did a little Morse code on the back bumper of Briscoe's car, so we wanted to look and find out why we had to go all the way back to the restart.
That's right. What prompted this? Where's the rest of the story? My man Paul Harvey, and here it comes.
I guess Briscoe throws a big block.
You see, moving up, not much. Kyle goes to the outside.
Hell, Briscoe didn't even do nothing.
I don't know. That's a racing thing.
He didn't even do anything. Kyle Busch being a little bitch. What a surprise.
And, you know, frustrated Kyle because it cost him a couple positions, obviously.
Briscoe didn't do anything wrong.
As we've been talking about, drivers don't forget, though.
What's to forget? Briscoe didn't do anything wrong. What's to remember?
Watching, you know it's bigger in the car. Everything is bigger in the car, and so it might not always be so
McDowell,
obvious
Keselowski, Hamlin, and Elliott.
Michael McDowell on the outside with no tires. Brad Keselowski
Yep.
with 2 tires.
McDowell's the big speed bump this time. Chase giving him a nice push, although here comes the big slow up, and Elliott's going to lose like 8 spots.
Chastain shoots the middle.
Chastain 3 wide.
Keselowski couldn't clear McDowell. Chastain's going to give a big push to McDowell down the back. Keselowski blocks Hamlin. Uh-oh, Briscoe's passing Kyle Busch. How dirty. I can't believe Briscoe has the audacity to pass Kyle Busch. How dare he? Good God. Brad leads that lap. Chastain 3 wide, move for the lead right here. Keselowski holds the lead. 4 wide. Hamlin gets through to 2nd. Chastain 3rd. Bowman 4th. Elliott 5th. McDowell begins to fade now. 2 tires worked good for Almirola's short run, but he didn't have the clean air. Brad's got clean air. This might actually really work out for him. Either way, it's a net gain for him, I think. 3 wide, Blaney, Kyle Busch, and McDowell. Briscoe got held up there. I'm sure he did something wrong there, too.
Now he knows how Kyle felt behind him.
Hamlin's going to have this lead here in a second.
Hamlin wants the lead again. He went earlier for 16 laps.
Denny's such a steady driver. I always feel like when a race is long and attrition and, you know, you chip away at it, I always feel like Denny sort of emerges at the end. And by no means at the end.
Keselowski loose. Hamlin's going to his outside. Takes the lead.
To get it either freed up or tightened up.
It's just such a smooth.
I love seeing guys actually get loose instead of being on a rail like they were with the old car. And Bowman going to 2nd.
You don't have to look any further than
It worked for 5 laps.
Jones just went top to bottom at the start-finish line, past 2 cars going into 1. He's going to get another 1 or 2 on the backstretch. Coming from 18th on the restart.
Hamlin versus the hack.
Now, the difference you see with Keselowski versus Kurt Busch.
Oh, McDowell. Oh, he checked up. Hits Briscoe, and it turns Suarez. Wreck on the front stretch. Suarez was an innocent bystander. Caution's out. Yeah. Just a fucking accident there.
Another off 4 loose.
Man, racing's fun again, ain't it?
Got dirty here, got too high up behind. I couldn't really see who that was in front of him, but got loose just like we saw with Reddick and others. And unfortunately got
He passed Kyle Busch. How dare he?
Jones trying to move up in the 43. McDowell falling back in the 34.
McDowell, the rolling speed bump on old tires. Jones got loose underneath him, made McDowell get loose, and then it got up into Briscoe, who overcorrected into Suarez.
I wonder if he jumped out of it on exit when he came up. Yeah. It looked like the 14 might have jumped out of it. Let's
Listen to the gas on Briscoe here. Oh, check out. Loose. Oh, shit. Poor Suarez didn't do anything wrong. Oh, we got the visor cam on. This is going to be good. Just driving along, running the bottom. You feel pretty safe running the bottom, even when you're in a pack of cars, because ain't nobody going to come up into you. Wait. In the wall.
That's what happens in NASCAR 2005 when you piss somebody off.
That's a tough one to swallow. Doing nothing wrong. A product, really, of that 34 car on old tires, having trouble. We saw him tiptoe again, going back to what we saw.
This is all Michael McDowell's fault.
He did it again off at 3 and 4 and finally crashed him. That's pretty significant damage on the left front of Briscoe as well.
I like that the last car there got all the damage.
So much easier to lose control.
Would have been nice if he won last week. Look how fucking far off the ground the right front is.
It is caution flag number 6. Pit road's open.
Stay out.
Not everybody's coming.
Keselowski should pit. McDowell pitted. Briscoe. Keselowski stayed out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Brad stayed out.
Put some tires on this thing.
Danny Hamlin remains the leader after a wild ride for Daniel.
And we have a caution. Thank goodness for the safer Barry, as Rusty Wallace once said. Yeah, there was an Xfinity race one year at like Memphis, and Eric McClure crashed. Oh, you see him hit that safer Barry there. The safer Barry. I'd much rather hit a safer Barry than a hard Barry.
I think I have to agree with that.
Soft Barry is better.
I got an addition to the Chaos mod.
What?
The Intimidator. Dale Earnhardt spawns and chases you around in his car.
It will spawn shit that comes after you.
3 car.
Oh, but don't you miss the 550 package of those restarts that were exciting for like a quarter of a lap? And then they'd get strung out. I said after last week, after seeing as good as that race was last week, how did I ever watch a race from 2013 to 2021 without fucking killing myself?
Maybe you did kill yourself.
Yeah, maybe I did die, and this is heaven.
Yeah, you're in heaven.
Yeah.
We died from COVID.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty valid argument, though. We died from COVID, and this is the alternate universe where NASCAR is good. The only thing I don't like about it is it ain't really going to fix the racing at all the tracks like it should.
I don't know. These are the only tracks that needed fixing. The big ones. Turn 4 at Charlotte's going to get somebody fucked up this year with the way these cars drive. I'm just happy I'll be excited to go to Charlotte again. I went to way too many Gen 6 Coke 600s, and only like 2 of them were good.
What'd you think about the Larson one?
It was one of the worst races of last year, but I mean, it wasn't the worst race I've ever been to.
I think the worst races I've been to have been 600s.
Yeah, hopefully that'll change now.
On Fox.
Car race on Fox.
The official credit card of NASCAR. Caution flag number 6 flying. Daniel Suarez climbed from his car. He is okay, but the 99 has been towed to the garage, and here's why.
So as we go back here, we see the 43 comes up and taps the 34, and Chase Briscoe is all he's doing is trying to avoid it. And these cars are just much more of a handful. Unfortunately, clips Daniel Suarez.
Ain't it great that these cars are actually hard to drive? It's racing again.
34 spotter was even telling him clear, and when that 34 got loose, he came right in a lap of Chase Briscoe.
Ow.
You know, Clint just helped me out here. This new rack and pinion in this car is a lot stronger than it used to be, so there's even more reason to let go of the steering wheel, because when it hits the
Danica, the expert at letting go of the steering wheel, as you all know.
It can snap your wrist in a hurry.
Many people first saw that.
Hamlin, Bowman, Chastain, Keselowski, Byron, and Elliott.
Hands off the wheel, full, crossed your arm.
Told you they were going to mention Danica letting go of the wheel, like she was the first one to ever do it.
I was praying.
Danica got a lot of practice at taking her hands off the wheel with all the wrecks she had.
IndyCar stuff. Your hands have no room in the steering wheel with an IndyCar. You've got tons of stuff on that, so letting go of the wheel was very normal. Of course, the first thing to hit was pretty much the wheel. It was a wing or a wheel, so that's
Winger.
And you do see a lot of drivers do that now and now.
She's only 17.
If I'm in a wreck, I had to have something to hold on
She had one of them winger wheels.
Danny Hamlin, who's led twice for 22.
Did it play bass for Alice Cooper? Green flag.
The green with Alex Bowman on the outside.
Chastain pushing hard on this restart. He's going to get himself and Hamlin clear of Bowman. And he did. Damn, Ross. 3 wide for 5th. Logano, Elliott, Kyle Busch. Keselowski stays in front of him. Elliott loose on the bottom underneath Larson. If he gets loose and accidentally takes Larson out, people will say he did it on purpose because people are stupid. I think you're going to see Brad suffer the consequences now. Larson had to jump out of the gas behind Brad. Eric Jones, wow, 4 wide. What a move to the bottom. Oh, he couldn't make it work. Still in it, though. Still on the inside. They're going to fucking crash. Nope, they don't. They're still 3 wide, though. Jones blaming at Larson. The fucking gap Jones put his car in to cut in front of Chase and go to the bottom and take them 4 wide. And we're going to go to a full screen commercial, or not commercial, full screen replay, even though we just saw this, and I'd like to see what's going on because they're still racing.
And that's what models everything up here.
Oh my God!
Kind of looked like you just lifted, but again, the momentum.
And then Jones realized, shit, I'm on the apron. He had his left sides on the apron.
Excuse me, that's Brad Keselowski who's at the front of that. Not ready. All right, let's go to the car center. Jamie.
Check on poor Suarez.
What did you see there, Daniel?
Hamlin and Chastain driving away.
I haven't seen the replay yet, so I'm not sure what happened. I do know that the 14 clipped me in the right rear, but the reason why, I don't know. I know that the 34 was in front of him and he was struggling, but
Nobody's
I don't
fault.
know what to tell. I mean, he got loose and he clipped me. However, he didn't do it intentionally, but it was a hard one for sure.
Tough break for Daniel Suarez. We talked to him last week, Mike, after finishing an impressive.
Hey, can we watch the race? Too many fucking full screen cutaways to shit that's not on the track.
Having a good run here, and don't look now, but I'm telling you, this 18's coming.
Kyle Busch has speed,
Fourth place, and I think he's going to get to the front.
and he's mad.
His teammate. He's been all over the place today.
Elliott's not in the top 10 now. He's 12th. Gonna have to start throwing a dart at a board of car numbers to decide who we're going to bet on, as competitive as these races are now.
Looking at Kevin Harvick. 12th with Chase.
Jones is pretty shit the first part of the race, but he's good. Oh, we got a spinner. Spinner off of 4. Oh, it's Keselowski. Look out.
Blaney and everybody scatters behind them.
Did Kyle
If you're gonna need a
Larson
short
done
car to win or a long
Oh, Blaney's fucked. Blaney got into Keselowski when Keselowski spun.
That's another two-tire car right there. Keselowski. We've seen
Yeah, I'm going to take 4. What do you think?
for not only Kurt Busch, obviously,
And Brad's
Jack,
stuck.
and now 2 tires, Brad Keselowski.
Oh, wait, it's moving.
See what happens.
He's moving. Take the fucking quarter mile into the pits. Turn on the quarter mile and go to the pits.
Scott Lewis,
Brad just snapped loose right in front of Blaney. He couldn't see.
Blaney's lap,
Ouch.
leaving him nowhere to go but right in the door of the 6.
And for the 3rd week in a row, Blaney has a
NASCAR, the answer's been in front of your face all this time. Make the cars hard to drive. You need 4 tires to be fast.
Listening to everything in that reminds me so much of back in like 2005, 2006 with that old body style car.
Yep.
Like that, man. I'm telling you, you'd be wide open, hammer down, kind of thinking, I got
bring all
pretty
these
good,
boys
but
back
not too
to-
loose. And all of a sudden, snap, boom. There she
Brad
was.
is stuck.
That thing came
Oh, now
so
it's still
fast, and
backing
when
up.
it did, there was no catching it.
Keselowski came wrong way up pit road, thought he could spin it into his pit, something he's done
I like how he
successfully
took
before.
right sides and his
Not
left
that
sides.
time with the tires down. 7 cautions.
Blaney's, I'm glad I didn't bet. Blaney was going to be one of mine. I was like either Logano, Blaney, Chase, or Larson. I wanted Logano. Michael said I'll give you 5 on Chase. So I took Chase. Blaney going to the garage.
But I think you're going to see pit road open here directly. It's closed right now. You pit here. You got 11 laps on your tires. If we stayed green, which would be a long run.
Briscoe's got damaged somehow. Where'd the Briscoe damage come from? Man, there's a lot going on. And yes, Brad has been in an accident in every race this year.
These cars, you got to tame the beast, man. I'm telling you, they are.
Nah, not Daytona.
You can see these guys have their hands full each and every week. Doesn't matter if we're at Daytona, California, or here this weekend in Las Vegas.
This Wednesday,
And these are just racing accidents. Isn't that great?
Who will rise up and take the crown at the world's most famous
Whoa.
arena?
Who turned the lights out? Fox just went to a black screen.
Sorry, that tire was shredded, much like we saw with Reddit. We need to get down there and try to figure out if that's.
Some guys will pit here because you can make it to the end of the stage from here.
So this will be a toss-up.
You could take a chance and stay out, but based on how fucking Keselowski and McDowell and them were handling, no.
Look at the little kids.
Somebody at Fox is a pedophile.
For kids at the racetrack.
Other than Adam Alexander, who was talking about cuties yesterday.
I applaud him having his kid to the racetrack.
Yes.
Pit here because you know you can make it to the end of the stage.
There'll be no free pass on this or the last caution because there's nobody.
Everybody's on a lead lap because we've had so many cautions.
cautions will give you.
Oh, Danica, you got out of the sport the wrong time. All these cautions, you'd have stayed on the lead lap. Should have hung on.
Ross Chastain, William Byron, Kyle Busch, and Alex Bowman will lead them on to pit road. Here's Regan.
Kyle Busch stays out. Kyle Busch is going to be the next calamity. He stayed out. Austin Dillon stayed out.
Who did I pick?
Yeah.
It's only adding up to the same.
Busch and Dillon stay out. Bunch of the back markers will pit next time around to stay off a crowded pit road.
Just ahead of the 11, they warned him. We tried to pick it up, but be careful exiting your pit box. The 11 taking 4 tires. Meanwhile, the 1 of Ross Chastain fired off better that time. Just a little tight in 1 and 2. 4 tires, and what's Clearview? He gets a tear off there.
He is having a career day.
I think Briscoe's pitted multiple times though, so it looks like Almirola is going to be the first off pit road.
Picks up a ton of spots as Brad Keselowski spins, and that damages Ryan Blaney's car.
Racing's fun, guys.
God, if they're wrecking like this at Las Vegas, yeah, we might not survive in Bristol.
We might experience the longest Coca-Cola 600 since 2005. We might get another race like the 05 600 where there was 22 cautions. The reason the 43 is so good is because two reasons. Eric Jones is a talented driver, but the crew chief is Dave Ellens, and he worked for Junior Motorsports for a while and was really good. So they got the crew chief right on the 43. Fucking front door in there's broken. About to go tear that door off its hinges and throw it out in the fucking yard. It's the front screen door.
Caution flag of the day in Las Vegas. And we still have more than half of stage 2 to go. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Anything can happen as long as you have the drive. Goodyear. Oh boy.
It's another race like last week. It's going to be a long day.
Let's check with Larry Mack with our Ford Performance car.
You know, Mike, there's so many things different about this next-gen car, but the one people notice the most has to do with the tire and the wheels. So let's go to our
I ain't watching no more. Because of single lug nuts.
It sucks.
It fucking sucks.
That's all I can see is that one lug nut. I can't even pay attention to the racing.
Yeah, who cares about damn racing? Them single lug nuts killed NASCAR. I ain't watching no more. I ain't watching no more. What's next? A car sponsored by Antifa? Lube it up, baby.
Maybe I could be a tire changer now.
She saw that lube and got excited. That's why Danica said she wants to be a tire changer now. Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola. That's some WD-40. Kyle Busch for a little bit. Kyle was fast. And tires wear though. Austin Dillon has slightly better tires than Kyle Busch. Almirola's on 2 tires. Briscoe was gas only. Green flag. Logano almost down to the grass, going 3 wide with Bubba and Chase. Checks up because of Harvick. 4 wide. Hang on. Austin Dillon, look out. Good God, what happened to Austin Dillon? He just stopped in the middle of turn 2. Ooh.
He had a good start, but not once he got into turns 1 and 2.
Larson going really wide to try to get around Chastain. Kyle Busch had a good first lap here. We'll see in about 5 or 10 laps. 3 wide for second. Almirola, Larson, Chastain. And here comes Chase. Larson charges turn 3. Almirola loose. 3 wide again back there. That's going to be Kyle Busch in about 4 laps. They're already catching him. They're all over him now. Larson and Chastain could pass him around each side if they wanted, if there was somewhere to go. Big run off the top for Chastain. That draft off the 18 pulled him by. Larson drives hard into 3. From what I can tell, Chastain's the most consistent car. Chastain and Hamlin are very, very consistent. And now Chastain's about to get this lead here. Oh, boy.
He's feeling right now, passing Kyle Busch for the lead. That's a good moment when you're a young driver.
I'd say he's going to have a front row seat at the ACMs.
Kyle's doing all, Busch is doing all he can to hang on to this, but just the tire difference. Larson to second.
This very car to the stable and now leading a lap in the Cup Series. A pretty big deal.
All these cautions going to change the way crew chiefs approach the races this year. They're going to expect short runs. Like, I got to have my car fast for a short run.
Let's go back to the care center, Jamie.
And Ryan Blaney has been checked and released. One of the best cars here today. Led 10 laps.
Hamlin to third.
What do you believe happened with you in the 6th there?
I haven't seen a replay. You guys got to tell me. It looks like he just spun out.
I love when they do that. What happened? To try to get him to get pissed off. It's like, dude, I haven't seen it. Yeah. Nothing happened, Brad. Just spun out. Wrong place, wrong time. I'll be like, I don't know. You tell me. Show me a motherfucking replay before you ask me a stupid question. Larson going for the lead.
Might have had a chance to win all 3 of the season's first 3 races.
Glad we caught that. Instead of being full screen. Oh, Larson! Oh, he just missed taking out Chastain. Oh, now Larson's a speed bump. Chastain's day was about to be over there.
That was so sideways, it almost overcorrected. Shot up the track like we saw Ross Chastain, as a matter of fact, in California on Saturday.
Man, if those moments aren't big enough to catch, then you have like everybody coming around you, left, right, and center, and it can take a lap to like calm down and get your wits about you.
So your
That was a
top
huge
9
moment.
And how he stayed off of Chastain, I mean, that was so close
Yeah.
to being catastrophic. Much like
Harvick's in the top 10.
You know, I feel like there's so many similarities to Indy cars that I'm seeing emerge this year. One of them being that, you know,
It's a lot closer together than it used to be.
room for error. In Indy cars, you had to because your closing rates were so
Danica's not wrong with her IndyCar comparison. All you got to do is look underneath these cars because they have the same underbody as an IndyCar.
It's lucky that Kyle didn't clip him.
Kyle Busch doing a really good job. Larson stacking everybody up helped Kyle Busch hang in here a little bit longer. Now Bowman's third.
How many years of dirt track races do you have to win to make that move Kyle Larson just made and make it work once the car started to go away?
Here's the thing about Kyle.
What happened? Everybody's spinning out on their own because these cars are actually fun to drive and fun to watch. There's no clear-cut dominant car. I'd say the most consistent cars are Chastain, Hamlin, and Bowman. I think they're the 3 best. But Larson, Byron, and Elliott are not far off. They're right there with them. But I think Chastain, Hamlin, and Bowman, the 3 best cars, are in front right now.
He knows what to do with it.
I'm most surprised
So
about
Larson to
Yeah.
4th, and Martin Truex on the move.
Danica's not wrong. Both Indy cars and NASCAR race cars have wheels. Good call, Chris. Bubba's 15th.
Today in second.
Oh, yeah, and Blaney and Suarez got crashed out because of no fault of their own.
Now in the top 10, Kurt Busch just outside, and Bubba Wallace 15.
That tells me, looking at Kyle Busch there on the outside, falling back a little bit. He really took off strong on the early part of this run, and then, you know, obviously falling off. It tells me maybe we've got too tight of a race car. Free him back up a little bit on the next stop, and he'll be able to do you a better job.
So last week in California, all of the Toyotas, all 6 of them,
Truex 5th. Kyle Busch drops to 6th. Kyle Busch is still running really well to be on old tires.
Yeah, Mike, they had a piece of screen wire in front of the radiator. Now, the screen wire, in my
Watch him get this long run now that Kyle Busch stayed out there on them old tires, and he'll be completely crippled by the end of the stage. Because if this goes green, nobody's going to pit again before the end of the stage, except maybe Kyle.
less air flowing through the radiator.
But there's no way they go green. There'll probably be another caution. We've had a bunch of cautions here, a lot of short runs.
Saying that the old drive and stopped everything up. Got rid of that. I think they're good to go, Mike.
That's close.
Keselowski's on a goal to cause a caution in every race this year, so he's 3 for 3 so far.
All bit into the wall.
Chastain, Hamlin, Bowman, Larson, Truex. Longest green run we've had in a while. Which is the worst thing that could happen to Kyle Busch right now. Boy, it's really hard to sit here and not think about ice cream right now. I need something with some fucking flavor because my food for dinner didn't have any flavor. That's what I'm missing, flavor. Dillon, at the end of stage 2, do you want to make a Sonic run with my card?
Okay.
If you want something, you can get something with my card. Because I want to try that fucking Oreo thing. I want the Oreo blast, and you get whatever you want. Guarantee you the people in charge of Atlanta Motor Speedway would have never butchered that track if they saw how good this car was going to be.
God, Christopher Bell went from 8th to 5th under this commercial already. Damn, somebody was slow. Lap floor.
Chastain looking pretty sporty with old Dolly riding shotgun.
And she won't even have the courtesy to buy that diecast.
Jolene! He's going to win it for Jolene. Although Hamlin's catching him. Shut up, Michael Cole. I avoid you. There was Lena Vega there. I don't ignore her. Hamlin's going to have the lead here shortly, I think. Larson is third.
Even though Ron is not in her prime, I don't think I want to step into an arena with her. Would you?
No, I was talking about you, Danny. Not me.
Oh, Bell just brushed the wall there in the middle of 2.
Very, very close.
Or he was kicking up all the dirt from underneath the wall because he was so close.
High enough that there was dust flying. Doesn't seem like he's slowing it down any.
No, it looks like that's right where he wants to be.
I mean,
And he's still fast.
That woke me right up, didn't it? Woke him up, too.
You don't ever sleep, Clint.
When you're running that high on this racetrack, up against the wall, the grip, you got to clean it up there. I remember being up there, especially in 1 and 2, kind of floated off in there. It was always seemed to be kind of dirty off that front straightaway, slip sliding around, and then once you get that cleaned up, that momentum is king, right up on the wall.
Did you like running the top?
No, I didn't.
I did not either.
Yeah, I was a catfish, bottom feeder, baby.
Once again, Clint Boyer just says shit. I was a catfish.
Just him, cleaning it off, like I said. But he certainly keeps keeping with it. And
Clint Boyer is just like, I'm going to speak in sound bites until something gets over.
Under cautions, they're always trying to find a way to make the top work.
well, there definitely seem to be more
I can't believe we're still green.
the asphalt drivers. A guy like, Kevin Harvick. I have seen him race and be really good at Homestead.
Lap traffic for the leaders now. We've been green so long.
The dirt racers seem to do it more often, more comfortable.
And these cars, unlike the Gen 6 car, are capable of drafting. I can't figure out how the Gen 6 car just could not draft. It would like pull you to somebody, but you get so close then it would push you back. You couldn't fucking draft.
Tell you what, I hope you didn't listen to old Clint. He didn't know what he was talking about. Ross Chastain's got something to talk about, man. Lead the charge.
What the fuck is Clint Boyer saying?
But Denny's getting
He sure is, Clint.
In stage 2, Regan.
Well, Mike, we just made note of how the 18 car Kyle Busch stayed out, and he's been doing a good job of holding his own, but the driver just had some questions here on the radio.
That's what I was saying. Kyle's fucked if this stays green.
Remember, he did not pit
I
on
think
the
that's him
last
being
caution
a
when
smart
Mr.
ass
Reynolds
to them
came
going,
in.
yeah, we can't make it, right? Everybody
I said that's why he's fucked by this long run. It ain't got to equalize. He's going to have to pit. And everybody else can just make it to the end. He'll go like a lap down.
Have all their
At least
in the top 10
if it
right
stays
now.
green. We got 33 more laps. I don't know if it'll stay green or not. I don't trust any race to stay green anymore.
3 top 10 finishes going
But
into
if it does,
I can't say enough about Ross Chastain in this one car. Leading the charge of this thing, first lap sled in the Cup Series. Giving old Dolly a ride in this hot rod, isn't it?
I said that already, Clint.
Well, let's hear from the team principal of Team Trackhouse.
And that's Justin Marks, the former driver.
There's Justin Marks, Xfinity Series winner at Mid-Ohio in 2016. Justin Marks.
Chastain leading. What is this like for you in this new organization?
Well, I'm just proud of everybody.
It's the best run that this team's ever had under any circumstances. And Chastain is their new car this year. Oh, Cindric just spun out. And he's okay. And Briscoe spun out. There you go. The caution just saved Kyle Busch.
Justin, Mike.
Cindric and Briscoe spin right to pit road, though, so they're fine.
Chase Briscoe's got major front end damage. You can see the left front way out, but it also
All right.
started Austin Cindric backwards.
Pit.
So the first contact appears to be Eric Almirola and Austin Cindric.
Almirola, who's a guy who stayed out with Kyle Busch under that previous caution.
I don't know why, but
Big bump draft to Cindric down the back, and Cindric couldn't hold it.
usually when they get off into the corner, maybe a flat tire.
Harrison Burton almost got killed there.
Into his teammate Harrison Burton, another victim of just being in the wrong place.
Well, Harrison's okay. It didn't really hurt him. Briscoe just happened to spin at the same time. And once again, it was Briscoe and Almirola who caused this, 2 cars that stayed out under the previous caution.
Let's ride with Chase Briscoe.
Briscoe was going to spin no matter what happened here. I didn't think it would stay green. And sure enough, one of them cars on old tires spun out.
We're in the wall here. We're in the wall. Hold the brake. Try and get it rolling. Try and get it rolling.
And now we'll look at the forward camera from Brad Keselowski.
Brad's had a lot of views of spins and race. Look at that, just 2 separate spins at the same time. Had nothing to do with each other.
Like that, somebody's dropping something. Because that top lane is really coming in.
And you saw Cindric backing up. You couldn't tell what was wrong. He was
You almost
backing
thought
up
it was an
because
old
Chase
spill or
Briscoe was
something.
running from him.
That looked like one of the scripted cautions in 2005 where the car just goes "Rrrr," and just spins out on its own. There you go, 30 to go in stage 2 and everybody's pitting. I bet you nobody stays out.
Well, Mike, they finally make it to the pit road. The 24 car, William Byron, this run has been too loose. He got the right rear unhappy on that car. It kept heating up. Once you get loose once with it, it continues to get worse and worse and add heat to it. He did think he had a small right front problem with that race car, so a good break for him, Davey.
Jamie Hamlin, the 11, just wants to be freed up a little bit. Says it trended tight there at the end of that run. The 5 of Kyle Larson. They're afraid to tighten him up because they've had so many short runs here. So they're going to leave it alone and put 4 tires on it. And the 1 of Ross Chastain. Heck of a job. 24 laps left there. No adjustments for him.
Larson wins the race off pit road. Hamlin, slow pit stop. They caught the air hose underneath the car. Bubba's in the top 10. Reddick in the top. Wow. Larson, Chastain, Bill. Yep. Hamlin had a bad pit stop.
He slid in way deep.
And the air hose is just sitting there under the tire when they dropped the jack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure was. Dropped it right on top of it.
He slid so far that where the hose was laying when the car went down.
There's your race off pit road.
Not Kyle Larson again. Going to ruin a first-time winner. Larson's become that guy now.
He's everybody's daddy. Oh, well, good for him.
I love not being bored during races. When I think back last year, I just remember what it was like during the playoff race at Las Vegas and how that was the worst fucking race I've ever watched.
I remember sitting here and bitching about most of the races during the races last year.
Yeah, because it was fucking awful.
I cannot believe William Byron's only won one race.
2.
I'm talking about since last year.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at Hendrick's wins since last year, they got 18 wins, and he's got one of them. Chase only has 2.
Yeah. Because Kyle Larson kept winning every fucking thing. Look at all the times Chase finished second to Larson. Because I'm going to ride my bike 2 hours tonight, I'm going to have some ice cream today. Because I'm going to watch The Walking Dead and ride my bike through the whole show. That, you know what, really good? Working out kind of sucks when you don't feel like it. Get a really good show to watch, and then just start watching that. You're sitting there pedaling the whole time, watching like, damn, this is good, and the fucking time's just flying by. So it's a shame that Peacemaker and Boba Fett ended when they did, because I'd have even more shows to watch. I might have to start watching Euphoria like every fucking body else in the world. I've been threatening to watch Euphoria, but I don't know if it's the kind of show I'd be interested in. Other than just looking at fucking Zendaya for 45 minutes.
To go. Let's take a look at these Credit One Bank ones to watch.
I'll tell you which one I'm watching. This number 1, Ross Chastain.
Oh, Ross.
Xfinity win right here in Las Vegas. I think today could be the day.
I'm going to do the Dale Jr., get his first Xfinity win and Cup win at the same track.
Glenn, I'm watching the driver we used to call Mr.
For Junior, it was Texas.
He has 12 wins on mile-and-a-half racetracks. The last
Once again, for the second week in a row, who's going to win? You don't know.
looks like he's just been a little sneaky.
Not like last year where it was like, yeah, this guy's got a dominant car and he can't pass nobody.
He was second here last
If I could
September.
pick
He's
anybody,
up
I'd
to
say
5th after those pit stops.
But I can always say
Larson will be the safe bet.
I always say
Danica, I got my eye on Tyler Reddick. He's been all over the place today, from the front to the back to the back again to the front
I
again.
like to
He's
see
back
what
in the
goes
top
on
10.
Reddick.
Keep an eye on Tyler Reddick.
Kyle Busch crashed in practice. They had to go to a parts car, a donor car, and build it for today's race. They did, but it hasn't slowed him down. He's come from the back.
I saw those UNICEF commercials. Will you please donate a car to Kyle Busch? For just $5 a month, you can help donate a car to Kyle Busch. Larson, Chastain, Bell, Elliott, Kyle Busch. And now Bowman gets a penalty on pit road, so he's out of the picture for now. Tire rolls right into the other team's pit box as they're trying to make their stop. Oh, come on, it doesn't even count. That was Cody Ware's pit box. Cody Ware is on the lead lap because we've had so many cautions. Elliott Larson front row. Oh, elbow. Elliott Larson front row. Briscoe in the garage. Attrition has come back to NASCAR. 26 to go in stage 2. Big push from Chastain. God, Chastain is so good on these restarts. He gets himself and the car in front of him clear of whoever they're racing every fucking time. I want Chastain lined up behind me on restarts. Because he's going to get us both out there. Because he knows he's got a car good enough to probably beat me. Christopher Bell, 3rd place now.
Certainly is, Mike, and that's such a great point. A guy that we had our eye on going into this had such a great race last weekend in California. Yesterday was pretty good. Fought in the loose race cars. He's been spun out much like Kyle Busch all over the place during this race.
Bell and Chastain side by side. What else is new? Larson driving away. When Bell lost his track position early in the race, he never really got it back. He got to about 5th place and stalled out. Now he's got a good restart, and he's going for 2nd place again. And he's got 2nd. Oh! Whoa, Bell! He lost it. He's going around. Everybody miss him. Caution's out. Oh, man. And Harrison Burton gets spun behind him. Boy, Harrison Burton has no luck. He didn't hit anything. Bell didn't either. Keep it rolling. Bill was laying it out there. And Harrison Burton's okay again.
This is the you talked about him, you
Uh-oh, Bell's about to get stuck. Look at that car. The right rear's down completely. Oh my God, that car looks like it's on a fucking gravel road.
No, that's the chaos model.
The bouncy effect on the GTA Chaos mod. Look at it.
Imagine having a switch at home controlling all the tires. You're like, you know what, Kyle, you've been leading this race too long.
I saw his rear diffuser bouncing too.
Much like we saw the 8 and some of these other cars. You gotta be careful, you can't knock the, if that thing, that's why blow the inner, and here comes the inner fender and everything else, and give them more fits.
Oh boy.
Tires are coming apart really easily.
No shit.
What I was getting at is we couldn't get a car, Danica, for the first 2 weekends off the race.
I say it every caution, but man, racing's fun again.
For whatever reason, this weekend they're able to do that. I don't know if it's a different tire, because
He's flapping. Hell, he might just lose it. He's going to make it back to the pits and still probably lose a lap, as slow as he is.
Make it to pit row on his own. Let's take a look here.
I love this racing. Oh! Hell, that got Chase Elliott the lead. I didn't even know. No, Larson drove away. Larson was already ahead. For some reason, I thought they were the lead, but no, Larson was so far ahead you couldn't see him. Bouncy, bouncy.
Well, so now here's the battle. Do you lose laps getting pushed or lifted up and pulled to pit road, or do you do more damage trying to drive it in on the rim?
No. One way or another, in my opinion, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself here, these cars got to be able to drive back to pit road. They don't need to be jacked up and change tires, have a tow truck to do it. Somehow, some way, they need to be able to drive back to pit road on their own power, and I think that's what we're seeing.
Now the pits are not yet open, but
Stay out.
And so is Eric Jones.
Everybody else should pretty much stay out. Bell's day's ruined. He made it to the pits, but they can't get the fucking jack under it.
Now last pit stop, Eric Jones also had a long stop.
You need Mark Henry on your pit crew now to lift that fucker off the ground.
Just one push pops it up.
Need more guys. I need that big gas guy right there. Get him on that side.
Yeah, there you go. They got it up. That's what she said. But their day's fucked now, pretty much.
The inner fender's still intact and okay, so that's a good thing. But you can see how that thing just peeled the carcass off the tire, and that's what was
It's only just past halfway.
bouncing up and down.
Jones had the hood up, put it back down, and goes back on track. Free pass will be Austin Cindric.
Cindric back on the lead lap.
Caution of the day.
9 cautions.
Cars are going through tires like crazy. Obviously, Christopher Bell's got a whole set gone here, but you know, there's some cars that have used up to 6 sets already, and we're not even. Where are we? Almost halfway? About halfway?
We're just past halfway. Math is hard for Danica Patrick.
Ninth caution flag of the day for this spin.
9 cautions. You guys see that I have 769 subscribers now? Still not to 1,000. I think NASCAR, if they can, might have to give everybody an extra set to finish the race.
Nah.
Nah, fuck it. Run 80 laps on your one set that you have left at that point.
Like Brad and them who keep taking 2 tires will say, no,
Fuck.
it's not fair to us. We still got 2 tires in the pit.
I'm ready for the end of stage 2. I want some fucking ice cream. It's like Days of Thunder in here all of a sudden. Anybody want to donate some ice cream money? 'Cause I'm getting the shit regardless.
How about Spin City?
To Spin City.
For much of the day, through 9 caution flags, only one of which so far was for a stage break. And out of the race, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, and Daniel Suarez, all as a result of some of these multi-car crashes. Like Joy Danica Patrick, Clint Boyer.
I'm going to have to say something positive about Danica. She's not bad in the booth.
Kind of did at the start of the race, but now it's caution after caution after caution.
Tires is what I'm thinking about. So many sets of tires everybody's going through. I think that's going to make the end of the race really interesting from a standpoint of staying out, as well as what the heck they have to handle.
Clint, tire wear, right rear concern. How do you alleviate that, especially when
Tire wear is pretty concerning considering that everybody on old tires except Kyle Busch is spun out. Hey, Ozzy.
Kyle Larson struggling all over the place. Christopher Bell right there. I mean, the list goes on and on. These things, I've always told people, it's kind of like balancing a car on a ball. Last year, it seemed like you was balancing it on a basketball. Now these boys look like they're balancing.
Nah, last year your car was going slow and was planted in the racetrack with so much downforce you didn't have to worry about fucking spinning out.
Well, Danica wanted to know more about the tires. Christopher Bell, we just saw the issue he had. I'm looking at their tires. This is their last set of stickers right here. They have 3 sets of scuffs, guys, so it's getting challenging down here for the team.
Bell only has 1 set of fresh tires left.
go back to green with teammates and best friends on the front row.
That sucks.
Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott.
Larson, Elliott, Chastain, and Kyle Busch.
Chastain and Kyle Busch right on their bumper.
Reddick goes 3 wide under Harvick and Byron. Well, he went to go 3 wide. Harvick shut the door on it. $45 riding in that 9 car. Oh. Daniel Hemrick bounced off the wall in the back. Larson packs it into 3. Oh, he's going to try to clear Chase. Okay, he cleared him. Thought he was just going to like slide up in front of him and kill himself. Chastain into 3rd. Larson just fucking jumped out from under him in 2 again. He got really loose. Chase going to draft him down the back and go to his inside into 3. Oh, and Larson really didn't lose that much speed to get as loose as he got. He got really loose.
What we're seeing with this race car, it makes me want to drive these things so bad.
All them drivers that retired probably regret it now.
I never could get the hang of that last car that we had. You know, when we took the horsepower away, when you're just driving around there wide open, no brake, no out of throttle time.
Boyer's finally preaching.
Those cars with your hands, you didn't really drive them with your feet. Back again, I hate to keep going back to the past, but my favorite car that we ever raced was like that 05, 06 Land, where that thing was 950 plus horsepower, fire breathing dragon, and you had to be careful, right? You had to respect that car.
The COT with the spoiler was a good race car.
Well, when you can drive flat out, it becomes much more of a science game and an engineering game. And so when you take that away and it's your hands and your feet doing the work, all of a sudden...
And NASCAR's over there going, what are you talking about? It was great.
Y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Y'all didn't appreciate what y'all had. Now look at this. They're actually having to drive the cars. Guys are spinning out, able to get runs on each other. Larson, Chastain, Elliott, and Byron. If Byron can get in front of Kyle Busch.
gave him the peace.
I think Kyle's pretty confident he's going to clear Byron because he gave him the peace sign. Won't peace out just yet. Byron's still there.
Wonder how Bubba Wallace is feeling right now. He's up to
And Bubba's 7th. I look up and all of a sudden Bubba's in the top 10. He had a top 10 in the 43 car here a couple years ago. This is one of Bubba's better racetracks.
I left California and started to kind of dissect in my mind what we saw. You know, when you're up here in the booth, you're just constantly busy on the task at hand. So many moving parts of that race last weekend with the cautions and everything else that come. The guys having trouble keeping the car underneath of them. You had guys like, you know, Kurt Busch going to the back, going to the front, going to the back. Trouble on pit road. The race was all over the place, and that's a great point with Bubba Wallace sneaking right into the top 10 out of nowhere.
Watch SmackDown on Friday. It's all new, even though we're having the same fucking matches over and over. But we'll call the show all new.
Extra stop for Kyle Larson.
That's another rant for another day.
Kyle Busch, tire interference mark Truex. Danny Hamlin ran over his air hose. Tyler Reddick spun, so did Cole Custer. They're now all in the top 13. Regan.
Well, Mike Eric Almirola in the 10 car, one of our only cars that has top 10s in both.
Ozzy will be let out of here in 11 laps.
Cut off for him right now, though. His legs have gone completely numb. The pedals are vibrating so bad that he can't feel his speed right now. All the way up through the seat, pedals, everything.
I love that paint scheme. That's pretty fucking sick. That Mobile 1 scheme on Almirola's car.
Last week, where his left leg
Pretty nice.
the good news is for him,
Only driver with a top 10 in both
was his
races.
friend, and it was still working because he was really fast. But that's weird. Never heard that before.
But yesterday, Reddick's right leg went numb. So they made some alterations in his seat for today.
So Reddick had a numb leg again.
You know, from experience, of course, that when the seat cuts your leg off underneath, if there's an edge there, that can create a numbness, or if something rubs against something.
Wheelie B up to 4th.
Perhaps your foot. But I wonder, do they have new seats? I mean, with this new car, are there new seats? Is there a new seating position?
It's funny you say that because they are a little
Do they drive laying down like Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt?
a little bit more forward or backwards, and that underneath side of theirs cutting that circulation.
Yeah, perhaps
You're
it's the
right.
angle.
Larry?
Yeah, Mike, I talked to Ryan Blaney this past week. He had a similar situation on his car at Fontana last week. And he said one thing to remember, these pedals are totally different in his car. The pedals in last year's car hung from the dash bar. These are actually floor-mounted, so it's like they are holding their feet and their legs in a different position. I think that's what everybody's kind of realizing.
Yeah, but again, going back to your point, Danny, that footbox area, the pedals, the way they hang, something there.
Larson's got the lead, but it's only by about 2/10.
I think.
There's a lot that they can do inside of the car. Again, I was a prime example of someone that needed a lot of different adjustments for my height, being 5'1.5". Yep, a half.
So short.
You can raise the footbox. You can create.
We're going to have a battle for the stage win here.
To change the angle and relationship.
Larson's lead went from 2/10 to barely a 10th.
So that's very interesting, though, that people are having those issues.
Danica, that was there was nobody that was ever going to fill in for you. There was
I'll
no
tell you
way
like
you were
Clint
going
will
to
tell
get
you,
me
Dale,
in
it
the
went
seat
from
because
his
it was
lead
that
went
thing
from a
was
chute to a ladder.
That sounds like something he would say.
Larson's lead.
Oh, man. Kyle Larson thought he had that lead there. It went from a chute to a ladder, boy. That's my Clint Boyer impression.
I ain't saying that's smart market.
And look at the powerhouse teams that he's competing with.
Best driver I've seen since Tom Brady.
Logano of Penske, Harvick in the 8th of
Logano's
Stewart
picking
Racing.
back
Tom Brady'd be good, but only in a short race. Hey-oh.
Showing up for business.
Chastain down the back to the inside of Larson.
Cool to see, man.
Your money's just hanging in.
Coming to 5 to go. My money's in 3rd place. And Chastain takes the lead. 5 to go in stage 2.
Exactly what we have.
Clean pass. Set sail. Boy, if they could get a long run, they wouldn't be able to trust. They wouldn't catch Chastain if there was a long run today.
Catches the wall here.
Cutting that weight behind his team.
Kyle bounced off the wall, but I think it's all right.
Both front and rear.
That's an ugly fucking paint scheme he's driving. I know that.
Toyota Cam.
Some mint chocolate. What it looks like.
Regan.
Mike, right before that wall contact, Kyle had come on the radio and said the car's tight mostly, but then out of nowhere it gets loose sometimes. Overall, no grip. All these drivers out here, my radio
Elliott to
said,
2nd. Gets by Kyle Larson.
figure out exactly which end of this race
Chastain has a half a second lead.
If he hit that wall, it takes
Stages don't get me money. I should get 10 cents for stage wins. 9 cents if he finishes second.
Immediately took me to what they were having trouble with last week. Hopefully that he didn't bend that toe link on the right rear.
There's Logano, who was going to be my pick today, but I guess I dodged a bullet there. Everybody that's in that top 10 can still win the race. Yes, I said everybody in the top 10 can win that race. And Bubba's 10th, so there you go. Michael, $5. Michael bought my ice cream. You're the man, Michael. I'm still going to buy Dillon's ice cream. Michael, I see why you're sending me money, because you made that Chevrolet bet. Look at the top 4, and we got money on Chase. So you're looking pretty good today. You got money to play around with.
At Nashville, the winner that day was Kyle Larson. But he is leading here as we come to the end of stage 2 from Chase Elliott, 0.6 of a second back. Larson is in third, another half-second back. And there's yet another Hendrick Camaro in fourth.
1 to go in the stage. This stage is actually going to go the distance under green from when they restarted anyway. Decent little run here. They get a little strung out, but I'm confident that if the guy behind you is faster than you, he'll catch you and be able to pass you. Chastain's got a pretty nice lead now.
Joey Logano, 10th at the last restart. He's picked up 3 positions. He is the first Ford in the race.
Chastain running the high line. Going to win stage 2.
Ross Chastain.
Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Kyle Busch, Truex, Logano, Harvick, Hamlin, and Bubba. Get what you want and get me a large Oreo blast. Because I don't eat much ice cream, so I want it to be a large one. And Ozzy's like, let me the fuck out. Sweet. That ice cream is actually going to help me get through the rest of the stream. It's going to soothe the old vocal cords. Oh, you just won $85 on a golf bet. No wonder Andy got the Chevrolets running top 4. Yeah, you're looking pretty good. Six o'clock here on the East Coast. Sun's still out, shockingly. Nice. As much as it would break my heart to see Chastain lose it, I'd really like to see Chase win this race. I had a tough week as far as money goes. Phoenix next week. That'll be a new type of racetrack for this car. And then you have the stupidity of Atlanta, where we get a throwback race to last year's bullshit with a low horsepower, high downforce garbage race. But then we get COTA, Circuit of the Americas. I'm excited for that. Last year we gave COTA a mulligan because it was kind of a fucked up race. Oh, yeah, NF Chastain went. Okay, come between Chastain and Elliott, come on. I should get some money today. I know one thing. After pit stops, I got to take a piss.
City of odds and evens. Now look at that. This Stage 2 winner.
Stage 2 winner has won 7 times at Las Vegas, most of any racetrack. Chastain, it could be your day. I forgot about the Chastain thing you told me. I was all wrapped up in Elliott and just expecting to not get any money.
But that is 78% of the time.
Be careful, man. I want this kid to pull this through for this team. They need a win. That would be huge for them. Don't jinx them, Mike. Every time I talk to somebody, something happens.
He already had the jinx. We already had the jinx earlier.
Batting 1,000 in here.
All right, Dolly Parton leading them onto pit road here. Regan.
Like the 18th car, Kyle Busch, we just documented how that race car is actually too tight right now, but he doesn't want to ask him to free it up because it snaps sideways at the exit of the corner, so balance all over the place for him at the moment. A little bit of head scratching there. The 24 car, William Byron, really likes that race car, just a little bit too free. They've been very close all day, Jamie.
Good news for Chase Elliott fans. More stable that run. Definitely.
Chase says his car was more stable that run. Good. Probably going to have a slow stop here.
No tightness finally at all with this car. Said he abused his tires the last run because he was a bit loose. And the one, Ross Chastain fired off good there, but the left rear was chattering just a bit. Air pressure.
And the race off pit road goes to Ross Chastain. Kyle Busch up to second. Larson third. Elliott 4. Truex fifth. Bubba still top 10. So Ross is the leader at the beginning of stage 3. Could be his day. I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the bathroom.
Now, this one's going to be a little bit happier. Last time we dialed somebody up, they lost the spots on pit road, but man, team did a good job right there. Let's do it. Hey, Ross Chastain, it's Boy here in the Fox booth. How about you, cowboy?
Hey, buddy.
Man, what an awesome race car the boys brought for you this weekend. You guys mean business. The ACM's on the side of that thing. Dolly Parton on the corner panel. Tootsie's on the back of it. You've got this baby up front. The ACM's, I think, are tomorrow night. You win this, baby, might be able to take Dolly Parton to the show. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know if we'd make it if that happens.
That's pretty much what I was thinking. Man, you're doing a good job. Keep it up. Boys in the pits are doing you good. You guys are looking awesome. Very strong.
Yeah, thank you.
Dolly Parton is hosting the Academy of Country Music Awards.
That's if he can get her there.
All right. Ross Chastain, stage 2 winner and still leading.
And I walk out and my...
I'm back. Stretching my legs during the commercial. Ross or Chase. That's what I need to happen today. Ross or Chase. Chase for the big money. But as long as Larson's up there, Larson really has become like the final boss. He's a pain in the ass to beat. Hell, he won 2 of the races I went to last year. And if I'd been at the Roval like I'd planned on being, he won that one too, so hell.
the sport's two biggest powerhouse teams, Team Penske and Hendrick Motorsports, end up with one driver in victory lane.
Joe Gibbs is like, am I a joke to you?
Very upset at that winning drive.
Good problem to have. If I'm an owner in one of those organizations, you know, hey, they could be fighting over 15th. Some of them other owners got that on their hands, right?
Champagne problems.
I like champagne, Danica. Kind of.
You like beer.
But does it like you?
No.
All right, we move to stage 3. Ross Chastain, your race leader. Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex. As they go through the choose, the first Ford is Harvick in 6th.
Still seems pretty standardized, you know, on the picks. Just kind of fall in line exactly where you are. I don't know, at a track like this, sometimes that choose rule doesn't necessarily come into fruition like you do at some other tracks, like we saw last weekend in California. But I also think towards the end of this race, some of those decisions kind of become more, maybe desperate.
They could also just play into your setup and how the car is handling and whether or not you want to be in the bottom of the top.
100%.
Is Danica a bottom or a top? Cole Custer has blown up under caution, I believe. This is probably going to extend the yellow. So stage 3 will not start just yet. That's a good break for Dillon, because he's at Sonic right now. And Custer has come to a stop on the front stretch.
That diffuser, it's a great shot of diffuser on the back of these cars. You hear us talk about it a lot. That's new for this thing. All of the downforce is on that right there. That piece, it's so important. They want these cars right down on the racetrack. That thing, the lower they can get it, the more downforce it makes. But you can't get it too low and get that thing bottoming out. That's what we saw.
I hope Chastain or Elliott wins, so I get paid.
And then things bottom out and get to bouncing, you're done.
There's no grip with it, There's no grip on metal. Or what is it made out of?
Carbon fiber. The whole bottom of this thing, it really, give it to us, Larry.
Yeah, you're seeing on the left, that's last year's underbody. You see trailing arms, you see coolers, you see the fuel cell.
Daniel Suarez passed Kyle Larson once last week. How'd that work out? That's not a given that Chastain is going to win. As long as Larson's there, he's going to be dangerous. Especially for Chase Elliott, apparently.
Some rear downforce without paying a huge drag penalty, and it cleans the wake of the car up just a little bit as the air leaves the back of the car.
One of the things that it has done, we've noticed, and you can see on this camera angle right here, it seems to really concentrate that wake behind the car. It's not as wide and fanned out as it used to be, but we saw a lot of shrapnel coming off of the back of those things and knocking our cameras out. So, Andy, I apologize. Still a good shot, but we need a new lens.
And not as much turbulence right behind the car.
Well, I mean, the thought process is to be able to, we've always fought dirty air.
Chastain, Busch, Larson, and Elliott.
Las Vegas, and it's in an attempt to clean that up and make that driver in the wake of another car still have that downforce on his hot rod.
So does it allow you to get up to the bumper a little bit easier, like a cleaner? Because, when we would be out there, like, you could get close, but if you didn't come at a good enough rate, there was that air bubble between you and the car in front of you. You had to go fast enough to get to their bumper. It looks like they're able to get to each other really easily. So is that not there as much with the diffuser?
Yeah. At Daytona, we really saw the difference that diffuser made. Saw a lot of those cow flaps. They used to flop every now and then. Man, then things were just beating up and down, and some cars were ripping off the hood of that thing. So it told me it really created, some neutralized air right behind that car that the trailing car was obviously experiencing.
Makes it exciting. You know what that means? More bumping.
It's science, baby. It's science. But it's no different than quarter pounds we had on our old car, a side force and things like that. All of that downforce is coming from underneath the car. A little bit harder to explain because you can't see it, but nonetheless doing the same thing.
But I think that was a good image to be able to see, to understand just how reliant that underbody is for the downforce of the car. And then you can look back to a week like last week where it's really rough, and when that gets disturbed, it really influences the car and loses tons of grip.
Christopher Bell is the free pass car, so he's back on the lead lap after a spin earlier. He's in 27. 30 cars on the lead lap. Brad Keselowski 1 down. Garrett Smithley 2 down, and Cole Custer off the track. With
Look at the guy in the Rams hoodie. And he's a real Rams fan. That had the old Rams logo on it.
The front row has Dolly versus Ethel for the restart.
Dolly versus Ethel on the front row.
It's so cool to see that 18 on the outside. Eight hours of work, completely overhauling that car.
It'd be funny if Boyer's like, look at him, 8 hours of work, he's on the front row. Then Kyle wrecks immediately.
It'll be 93 laps to go.
93 to go. Great restart. God. Chastain has an extra gear on these restarts. He just didn't get a push from Larson like he needed. Big run off the top here, Busch and Elliott. Not a lot of momentum on that bottom line behind Chastain. Still side by side going into 3. I think Kyle Busch is going to get the lead here. Oh, Chastain holding it pretty well, holding it down on the bottom. Chastain leads that lap. Him and Busch are still side by side. Kyle around the outside into turn 1. I think he's finally going to get it now. That bottom just doesn't hold up like it should. Chastain trying to side drive Kyle Busch, not doing a lot of good because I thought Chase was giving a push to Kyle there. Side draft is still a problem. It still affects you, just it's not as crippling as it used to be. Chastain and Busch side by side again, and Chastain leads the lap again.
Every time Kyle tried to shoot down on the bottom and make a pass, that thing would come out from underneath of him. We don't have that with this one car.
Ross has the best car on the bottom of anybody I've seen. Usually by now the car on the top's cleared the car on the bottom. Kyle can't clear him. Ross drives deeper into turn 3 that time. Slides up. He's going to try to clear Kyle. Runs him a little wide. Can't clear him. Kyle's still at his quarter panel. Chastain leads the lap. What a battle. Ross again still able to send it on the bottom. And he clears Kyle Busch. Takes a defensive line to take that crossover away, and now Ross is the leader. He's got it sewed up now. Well, for now. Still a long way to go. That was a great battle.
That thing is stuck. 4th place. Truex in 7th, looking back at Bowman and Harvick.
Think about it, that's what that rearview mirror sees. It gets to see like that view. That rearview mirror is something that they have in those cars now.
Yeah, and that's a good point. 2 different options. Still have the old school mirror, but we have a new camera with these cars that these guys can have inside there. And man, I've raced the Rolex 24 with a car that had that camera in it. And for me, it was hard to get used to. It made it really wide, and it was almost kind of deceiving. I couldn't figure out what that car was behind me, or how close he was.
Bubba and Stenhouse for 13th. Love that Sunny D paint scheme. Hell, Bubba's paint scheme's pretty cool too. A lot of cool looking race cars.
So you probably have to decide which one you want to use.
I think that was a very good example of that wake, how defined the wake is behind him. You saw Ricky Stenhouse there get in the wake of Bubba Wallace and really shot him up the racetrack.
Jamie?
Bubba Wallace doing a nice job. Just cool, calm, and collected all race, taking his time, being patient.
Are we finally going to get a long run here?
Tied into 1, he wanted more grip. They told him, all right, we'll free you up a bit, but you also need to charge those corners. Get a little bit more aggressive out there.
Currently 13th, behind Austin Dillon.
Charge those corners. Easier said than done when you're the one driving the car.
Logano, Truex, and Bowman are racing hard for 6th.
But they definitely stabilize.
Truex underneath Logano.
I wonder if that's changed at all from this car to the old car. In the past, if you drove it in really hard,
Push from Bowman to Truex to try to get him by Logano, and it works.
So you could help yourself out, but I wonder if that's the case anymore.
Well, let's look at Stenhouse last time coming off turn 2. He's on the outside of Chris Buescher. Oops.
Okay.
Buescher and Stenhouse about killed each other going into turn 3 last lap.
I'm going to take this right back.
Kurt Busch takes advantage. He passes both of them.
If those cars would have done that last year, that left rear would have been cut down and probably his right front on the other car as well. Did I mash those together? That's a Kurt
Chastain not really driving away from Kyle Busch.
They were nose to tail.
I know what you mean.
Okay.
What a race with these two in the lead. Kyle Busch is holding steady with him, keeping him in his sight, and running a completely different line.
It'll be 83 laps.
Dirty air is not the problem it used to be, but anytime you can get clean air is a huge plus. So Kyle's running that different line. That's how he's staying with Ross. Yeah, it's definitely crank it up. $80 to go. Every time I see those vents in the hood on those onboard cameras, I think somebody's hood flaps have flown off and there's big holes there, but it's just vents.
80 laps to go.
Elliott and Larson for third place. I think Larson's caught Chase. Ross starting to drive away from Kyle Busch a little bit. Shut up. Oh my God, a long run. Longish. Yep, Larson Elliott for third. Boy, that $45 would be pretty sweet. Yeah, Truex is fast. There he is. He's passing Larson. I thought Larson was going to pass Chase. Truex just passed Larson around the outside. Bowman just passed William Byron for Well, he's not clear. Byron takes it back. Truex passing Elliott for third, excuse me. Can't even see Kyle Busch and Chastain in front of these guys now. They're gone. They are out of there. wonder if fantasy NASCAR would piss me off as bad as fantasy football does. Larson has the fastest lap of the race. The Cup cars are faster than the Xfinity cars again. Ain't it great?
Chastain with a 0.6 of a second lead over Kyle Busch. And as I said, as we went to break, those two have a history. Ross got in Kyle's way at Atlanta this year because Ross...
Oh, yeah. Remember Ross blocking Kyle at Atlanta for Kurt Busch to win? That was funny. That fucking stupid aero package that we had.
So they have a bit of a history.
We never forget.
20 laps into this run, Chastain's still looking pretty strong. Elliott losing spots to Truex, Larson, and now Bowman.
In stock cars, usually what is
And Byron's right there. It's 4 Hendrick cars right there, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Behind you, like you can get people loose just being on their corner, but it seems like with the way that the car is now, they're aerodynamically more sensitive. So the front, you lose the front and behind someone, or if someone crosses you. And in IndyCar, if you were racing someone and you were running 2 different lines but not side by side, you could just take their line and come up in front of them or come down in front of them and just give them a huge moment because they'd lose the front and then it'd snap, and you know, it was a really uncool.
And now Byron passes Elliott. There goes the money. And I think Dillon's here. I will put my headset on to prepare. Yes.
It'll be interesting to see how
Sweet.
that develops as drivers get more comfortable and confident.
I might have
with
one.
this all-new race car.
I sure
The next
do.
gen or
It's a
7th gen
sport.
car.
Ah, I'm going to get me a fucking actual spoon. I'll be right back.
Barrett Jones 12th, Austin Dillon 13th. So with Ross Chastain, let's take a look at today's eBay Motors pit performance after that last set of stops. This is the total time on pit road, yellow line, entrance to exit. And Ross Chastain, that #1 team, have been
This is a monumental occasion. I have not tasted Oreos in over 2 years.
They're hitting on all 8 cylinders all across the board for this team. You got to keep it up.
I like
It's
Oreos.
all about peaking at the right time. I heard you talk about the fastest lap of the race with Larson. That lap for him was on lap 2 of the race. Chastain,
That's pretty good.
His fastest lap was in this run right here on lap 178. Obviously, we're on 198 right now, but that is peaking at the right time.
Good. It's motivating me to ride my bike tonight
Larry Mack.
Yeah, not only have
because
they
I should not be
been
eating this.
time, they've been so consistent. They've made 6 stops. 5 of those stops have been anywhere from an 11.3 to 11.7. Their slowest stop was 12.1. So not only have they spent a small amount of time, very consistent stop to stop to stop.
And nice job by Phil Surgeon and his crew. There for
69 to go.
new to Team Trackhouse, which
68
is
now.
newly
I just nailed it.
a 2-car team.
I was listening to it on the radio, and they said, and it's the Melon Man and the Candy Man battling for the lead.
Dolly versus Ethel.
Here is a comparison of a typical pit stop last year to this year.
It ain't much slower.
Because they got to wait on gas.
And when the stop is done, the difference is almost 3 seconds.
Getting down to those Formula One style times where they can do it in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but those 17 guys are already all over the wall and in position when the car comes in.
Hey, you know, you never know where it's headed.
Right. Jamie.
They're watching our screens and they saw the numbers. They're liking what they see. Now keep in mind, Mike, this isn't a new team.
Yeah, F1's dangerous. The crew guys are waiting on pit road for the car to pull in and stop in front of them. It's pretty dangerous. That's why Circuit of the Americas didn't have a pit wall and NASCAR had to build one. Because COTA doesn't have a pit wall.
Used to drive for Chip Ganassi. And as he looked to expand his team, weren't a lot of charters available to buy, weren't any teams that wanted to merge. And he went to Chip Ganassi and said, do you want to expand to become
Man, Oreos are good.
Or is it time, and would you sell your team to us? It was a big surprise move, but in the end, Chip agreed, sold the team to Trackhouse, and Kurt Busch left for 23-11, but Ross Chastain and Phil Surgeon and this team came over from what was the 42 to Team Trackhouse, and we're seeing the results very early.
I love to see that.
Chase is struggling.
I know him, and I love to see the success that they're having because he's a really.
We're just about in the fuel window to make it to the end. He needs to pit immediately. As soon as they can make it to the end, Chase needs to pit.
The old bucks per se in this thing, the Roger Penske's, Rick Hendrick, the powerhouse teams, Joe Gibbs Racing, Richard Childress, all these big names. For those guys to come in with a new endeavor, a new vision, and find new partnerships and just new activation all the way around and have success this early with this one car. It's just refreshing to see. Taking advantage of this new.
I love that Ross is getting to drive race cars where you can show how talented you are.
Yeah, because everybody's starting from a bit of a similar position, but it's always so interesting to think about what are those magic ingredients, right? What do you think are the magic ingredients, Clint, when it comes to really having a team that can be new and have this much success?
Well, again, it takes me back to that car, but this thing is such, engineer simulation driven.
Hope you're enjoying the ASMR of me chewing on Oreos.
It's all about speed, but just to be able to cover check all the boxes, cover all the partnerships and everything. They're really hitting.
We've been green for over 30 laps. Byron hit the wall. Uh-oh. Here could be your caution about to happen.
So the toe link, or the front that gets
right as the fuel window opens.
It determines whether that wheel points outward or inward, which would be toe-in or pigeon-toed. And it is the weakest link in the suspension, designed to be. Something has to be the weakest link, Larry.
Yeah, it's the black piece you see right there. You can see it's very short, and there's no question that's the most vulnerable part back there. But to your point, it's the tie rod, but for the two rear tires, left rear and right rear.
And that can be easily replaced, and Kyle Larson may need such help because look at this.
Larson hit the wall. Not hard, not as hard as Byron.
Both pipes were lit up.
He's fine.
And his teammate, this takes me right back to
He's still fifth. Chase Elliott hasn't hit the wall. He's just running like shit now.
Spun out, hit the wall, came in, replaced that toe link that you just showed, Larry, went back out, supposedly bent it again at the end of the race. That's because he spun out at the end. So hopefully, that could have been a bad lap right here for the Hendrick camp with a 24 and the 5 both in the wall.
59 laps to go. Ross Chastain, 1.1 seconds ahead of Kyle Busch as we take you Fox side by side.
Uh-oh, green run, longer than 30 laps. Time to change the aero package. You know what sucks? They're talking about they got to fix how when the car gets a flat rear, you get stuck. I'm like, whatever you do, don't fuck with the rest of the car. If you can, sort that out, but don't fuck. These cars race perfect. God damn it, leave them alone. These cars race so well, I'd rather deal with the stupid thing of getting stuck with a flat rear tire than even try to fix it because I'm just worried that they'll fuck it up. Because all NASCAR has done for 18 years now is consistently fuck up. So whenever they make a change, I'm like, oh, God. That's why I was not even optimistic about the next-gen car. Because they were still trying to do 550 high downforce. I'm like, fucking great. Now we're going to be doomed to another 15 years of this. But luckily, they came to their senses. We've got two pretty good races here between last week and this week. I think Kevin Harvick died at Bristol last year, and he's come back reincarnated in his 2003 form to where he just, runs top 10. Austin Dillon pits. You can make it from here. Chase needs to pit now.
Yeah, we're due for a caution.
But yeah, although short pitting, based on what we've seen, is a risk because of all the cautions. And we're a little past due for a yellow.
55 laps to go. You're watching today's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. For those that push the limits of possibility, Goodyear. More driven. Ross Chastain continues to lead Kyle Busch by 1.2 seconds. Clint, 628 people are very happy they went 6 for 6 playing Fox Bet Super 6. And
10,000 divided by 628.
winners are pending verification of eligibility, whatever that
Well,
is.
$16 now.
Hell yeah.
Some smart money.
I'll take all the money I can get.
We'll get 'em
I
next
booked a
week.
cruise last week. I need money.
Well, let's not double down like we did last
Christopher
night.
Bell
I
to
did
pit
too many
road.
times and lost my money.
There's Vince Welch will say, Christopher Bell.
I've never come out here. If the good time's winning, pretty sure I won every time I've been here.
Now, speaking of dollars, although Chastain is not a Hendrick Chevrolet, there's a few back there as green flag stops continue. We saw Austin Dillon, now Christopher Bell. $86,000 has been raised by Rick Hendrick's pledge for $2,000 for each lap that one of his cars would lead in this race for humanitarian aid. So
Right? 286,000 so far. Because he already did 200 to start with.
Correct.
Pretty awesome.
At SamaritanSpurs.org, you can donate too, and that's a great organization, and they do great things around the world.
Denny Hamlin's coming to life. He's got a good long-run car, Denny. Again, like I said a while back, I wonder if you're going to need the long-run car or a short-run car, because I think that there's some different...
I think you're still going to need a short run car. No way this race goes green to the end. No way.
Looks like Denny's got a good long-run car.
Tricky decision here, Larry. Are you going to pit?
You going to pit now and risk getting caught a lap down? Because we all know a caution's going to happen.
On the wall, saw the 24 on the wall. What are you going to do?
Well, Clint, we're in the window where you could make it from here. I think you're going to split this.
I think the leaders have to stretch it out,
Liberty Mutual race strategy, so
and everybody else can take a chance.
in about the next 6 to 8 laps.
How about now for
Kyle Busch pitting.
Well, a couple of moments ago, they came on the radio and said, I'm pitting this time.
Kyle Busch.
It was time to get some tires on this race car. That run right there, the car was pretty good. It fired off good. Just a little too tight center for the 18 car.
Kevin Harvick coming in? And the leader maybe this time, Eric Almirola just leaving.
Chastain the leader.
And here comes Ross Chastain.
No mistakes.
No mistakes. Don't give it away. I think Chastain was really conservative getting on pit road because Truex was right there with him. So Kyle Busch probably going to cycle through the lead.
Now everybody's
That's my guess. I think Ross was really conservative.
If you stay out, especially with how far off these tires are going, if you stay out for a couple laps, I mean, that's seconds, so many seconds, and every second's a football field, and that's just not the kind of ground that you can lose.
Jamie.
Mike, Ross Chastain has now led 77 laps. That's more laps combined than his previous 117 starts. What is stellar thing about
Consistency
no
continues.
adjustments. He hasn't said a word on
Good
the
stop
radio.
for Chastain. Have to see where he cycles out at.
Larson in.
He got it all getting in, too. You say he's in, man. He come from way off the racetrack.
I think Larson will be the leader.
He lost too much ground before he pitted.
Oh,
Denny Hamlin just spun. He saved it though. Stay green.
I'm done talking about drivers doing well. I'm
he's got
done.
new tires on too.
Yeah, that's right. Denny's got fresh ones and he spun out.
I was in the back of my mind thinking, man, we cannot afford anybody to spin out. But hey, by the way, no caution yet.
No yellow. NASCAR does not like to throw cautions during pit stops. They will do all they can to not. See Kansas last year where they waited till pit stops were over and then threw the caution for debris. There we go. Kyle Busch going to be the leader. I told you. Chastain was really conservative getting onto pit road. Now there's a caution.
The plot thickens.
Stenhouse and Ty Dillon.
They got to pit, though. Hamlin stopped. Did Hamlin do that thing that he always does when he has a problem on track where he just stops? Uh-oh. Broke a tranny. Old Dennis broke a tranny.
You go all the way back, all the way up through the gearbox. I heard Eric Almirola did this down at Daytona. There's no H pattern first through fourth, so he was coming off pit road, and instead of pulling that thing back into third gear, he probably was going from second to third.
Stenhouse made a mistake.
Yep.
Or Hamlin, not Stenhouse.
Spun that thing around. Hopefully didn't blow it up.
What's that? Muscle memory?
Muscle memory. It's just your muscle memory. It's the subconsciously you were completely
Busch,
programmed
Truex,
to go first, second, across the gate.
Busch, Chastain, Truex, Bowman, Hemrick, and Larson are on the lead lap. Everybody else is a lap down.
It's just so programmed.
So
That's a
the
shame.
top
Jamie?
8
And Danica, I was just talking to
are on the
Jamie
lead lap.
before.
Everybody else
He's
has to take the
got
wave
very
around.
muscle memory. He said, I'm just not comfortable.
But
Everything
hell.
is so different. Last week they gave him a water bottle in his car and he shut it off, had to reset everything, and now he just made this mistake. So drivers, you're
Only
sitting there,
Stenhouse and
you're
Ty Dillon are going to pit.
not comfortable with all the newness yet.
A lot of newness.
Wow. I can see that happening so easy. You know, when you're going from second to third and crossing that
Denny
gate,
spun out,
any
getting up to speed, and then
race car
fucked
that
up the
boy's ever been in
shifting and
since day one of racing,
probably broke the transmission.
That's not the case anymore. All those gears all the way back. Boom, boom, boom. The only thing you don't, and this is my take on this.
McDonald's can kiss my ass. This buries their McFlurry
You don't
bullshit.
see any missed shifts, any missed gears anymore. You know, on restarts. As I say that, you just saw.
You just did.
But you know what I'm saying.
You're taking a variable out of the driver's hands.
When you cross that gate, in other words, go from second to third, there's a lot of movement with that old H pattern shifter that was easy to stick that thing and not get it in gear, or you know, vice versa. But obviously.
Well, why did they do it? Well, then why did they do it?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of technical things and good reason for this.
Told you we wouldn't go
It's a
green.
tested product. It's been on record.
Sometimes, Clint, we got to go from analog to digital. You know?
Yeah.
We got to make some progress.
I like analog.
So the shifter looks very similar to what we had in the old car. From neutral, you can go forward to engage reverse. Back to neutral, and then you pull back. 1, you pull back for 2.
See, I don't drive, and I don't like driving, so.
You push forward. So, but when you're used to doing something completely different, some old habits are hard to break.
And especially in that moment where he's coming out of the pits, he's not thinking about.
Leave it to Denny Hamlin to be the first guy to do that.
I've got to get everything out of the car. Where am I going to fall into line with all the cars on track? Like,
Kyle Busch didn't need a transmission to win
nothing
a
about
race.
shifting.
And now, what happened, right? The car's running. You can hear it run, but they've obviously shown a gear, probably a rookie gear in that thing.
Now what's happened, Jamie?
No gear, Mike. You heard it on the radio. He said,
Gear?
try to push it. Try to not get in any gear that you can find. He's got 5 of them.
You guys ever seen Dogma?
They're talking
Jay and
about
Silent
the
Bob are
radio.
driving a car,
It's broken right
and the
now.
car's going, eh, and the girl's like, what gear are you in? And Jay goes, gear. The next shot is them sitting on the side of the road after the car broke. He was driving in like second gear. Eh.
He needed long green flag runs. That's what they got. They'd like to see that at the end of this race as well. A steady day all day for Ricky, though.
So he and Ty Dillon and Daniel Hemrick were outside the top 10. Worked their way to the top here, but now we'll give up those spots on pit road. There's Ty Dillon in the Petty GMS 42. Now, prior to the caution, Kyle Larson was trying to get out of his pit, and he gets hit with a too fast exiting penalty.
Kyle Larson too fast
Had we
on pit
stayed under
road.
Green, he would have had to do a pass through down pit road speed, so he kind of gets a break getting to.
There's a shit ton of cars on the lead lap, though. Well, there were going to be, but now it's different.
In the perspective that there's only 44 to go.
Well, but he just has to go to the end of the line.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to come down pit road at pit road speed.
Exactly.
Think Denny's about to call it a day, guys.
The dejected Denny Hamlin as they work on his shift linkage. Trying to get him going. Next Sunday we travel to Phoenix, where the weather is hot, but the competition is hotter. As
No
America's
blame.
greatest
What are y'all
drivers
doing?
try to beat the desert heat.
See yesterday where they made one where it was nothing but pictures of Blaney?
Fox and Fox Sports app. Danica will join us in Phoenix. Next week, where we go short tracking.
Not far to travel for you.
Lay off the Adderall.
Denny's like, I'm a goddamn idiot.
Minute drive.
Nice.
If he was on Adderall, he'd been more focused.
That's just a tough break, you know. And as a driver, when you know that
Huge
you know,
lapse in
it's
concentration.
you that did it hurts even worse. But hey, man, it's a team sport.
He's the
you know,
best
there's
tasting
times
shit I've
where-
ever had in my life.
Nobody on that
times
11
where
team should
somebody
feel
else
bad
on
for
track.
Buckley.
There's
That was
always
all
something,
his
and you gotta rally. And I'm sure you learned this one the hard way.
Can you believe
Well,
we've
good thing
been 3
Byron's gonna
races
win
into
now.
the season and Denny Hamlin has not had a top 10 finish?
And he was so consistent last year, pretty much his whole career, just Mr. Consistency.
I hope we keep this
steady
big
Eddie, and not the
points
case
mess up
this year.
going halfway through the
Jamie.
season.
Well, Denny
When it's
Hamlin,
actually
something
in.
is broken.
Denny getting interviewed at the pit box.
What exactly happened there, Denny? We talked about the muscle memory things before the start of this race. Was that one of those?
Yeah, we broke transacts just killed every gear when I left the road. So we had the best car today. It's just got back there. And then we're working our way
It's not the first time he blew a tranny. That's why his wife left him.
Oh boy, the memes
Custer,
from this
Greg
one.
Biffle,
Man.
Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, and Daniel Suarez out of this race.
Thank you for the caution.
Yeah, this is about to be really interesting.
Byron gets the free pass on this caution. As we take a look at the progressive race summary.
William Byron got the free passes.
43
I don't think Kyle Busch wanted to see that caution because he had a decent gap on Chastain. Was going to have to run him down, but now it's just going to have Chastain right next to him. So,
we've had 21 lead changes.
and there's about to be 35 more cautions too.
Cars on the lead lap and 11 caution flags. Now that lead lap number will change as we have.
So we lost Reddit when we thought he was going to win after
had gone a lap
dominating.
down in the pit stop cycle. Did not pit.
I think Chastain wins the race unless he gets wrecked or wrecks himself.
The pace car, they get waved around back onto the lead lap.
This is where things get wild.
42 to go. If we are done with cautions, we are done.
We are not done with cautions.
I wouldn't put that equipment up just quite yet. Good times.
What do you think she's watching?
You did.
Somebody play with toys?
She's watching you right now, listening.
She stole his nose, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Man, the awe of kids. The awe of kids, you know, when stealing someone's nose is like makes your day. That's the best.
She's going, can we do it again? I got it. There it is.
Ryan Priest fan.
Yep. All right, they're formed up for the restart.
Yeah, because I love wearing the gear of a guy who's not even in the race.
Have a history together. Look at this top 10 and look where they started.
Fucking Ty Dillon in the top 10. Daniel Hemrick. Bush, Chastain, Truex, Bowman, Stenhouse, Ty Dillon, Daniel Hemrick, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick. Don't you love a caution during pit stops?
That's a fun race to watch.
It is. It's continuing the theme of this season, which has been anyone can.
Stenhouse is the only car in the top 10 that started in the top 10.
Certainly has.
We have a 5 of last year's winning.
Ignore the 38. He's a lap down, but he's up in here
We'll see
too.
how it sorts out as Kyle Busch.
Chastain and Bush.
Oh.
4 wide. Cindric back there.
Oh boy.
Mr. Byron on the move, along with
Rice, you're going to have to drive the race of your life. I know you've had a better car than Kyle all day, but sometimes car doesn't really matter to Kyle Busch.
Checking up and drop way back on the top in the exit.
Big fucking mess back there. God damn.
Yeah, Craig's like me. I'm watching that mess. Fuck this.
Kyle Busch cleared Chastain from the bottom of the racetrack. Ross needs to get this push here from Bowman.
Man, you can just see when someone checks up, it's chaos.
I think the longer it goes green, the more it favors Ross.
Everybody else. You have somebody, get loose.
Valentina.
Kyle Busch can hang on the short run, though.
People scrambling for real estate position to go, Like you heard that guy, clear up, bottom or top. But hey,
Look how far Kyle Busch is driving into the corner. You can see from Truex's onboard.
Truex's car to be able to see the less impact of the side drafting. It didn't really pull the car that much. That used to be huge. You get to the corner, get a big pull, drop down, get away.
Hey, my sponsor's back.
car leading the race At this time yesterday was an engineless assemblage of parts. It was not a race car. It was in just bare carbon fiber, didn't have an engine in it. A 7-hour job to turn that backup car from pieces into...
Ty Dillon's like, I don't know how I got here, but I'm here.
It's been backwards on the racetrack too. It's spun out. It's been in the back. It's been in the front. We've, and the job that those guys did. You're right. That thing was bare bones.
And Chastain, like I said, the longer it goes green, I think he's just a little better than Kyle Busch.
They transferred Kyle Seed.
Short runs, though, if Kyle's in front of him, that's a problem. Kyle looks really good off of forward, but I think everywhere else Ross is a little better.
You're looking at Kyle's new primary probably after this.
This part of the racetrack, Ross is pretty good. And into 3, but off of forward, Kyle Busch does drop away.
Could not have been more hung down and brung down than having backed that thing into the wall and knowing he didn't have a race car for today. And look at this.
Fixed it.
But you did see earlier on in the race, after the spin, he was very calm. So I wonder, chicken or egg, is it that he was calm that the rest of the race is playing out and he didn't spin out in his head? Or is it because the car is actually pretty good and that was just something...
Truex might have something to say about this, too. He's not exactly going to be content to push somebody past his teammates, so he's going to make this hard on Ross if he can get to him.
That's the reason he's a champion. He can blow up.
No way this goes green.
But he can put it to bed and get back that task at hand quicker than about anybody.
Yeah, there are some drivers who can just rise above adversity.
We had one run of green flag pit stops. This will not go green. Guy's going to be driving too hard.
So, Mike, when you look at Kyle Busch in the 18 and Ross Chastain in the 1, what was the difference during those green flag pit stops? One, Kyle Busch in the 18, Ben Baker.
Kyle Busch got onto pit road better than Ross. And pitted a lap sooner. Oh, man, Ross, what are you doing? I think Ross just gave the race away there in the middle of 4. Let Truex get to his inside. Yep. His only hope now is for Truex to catch Kyle. Unless he can hold off Truex. That's just bad for both of these guys.
Danny just tapped me, Mike, and spread up a really good point. See the clouds starting to come into play? It's cooling this racetrack down, and I can't help but to think, you just said it, Truex is coming to the table all of a sudden. Some of those adjustments in the temperature down on this racetrack affects the grip and plays into other drivers' hands more than another.
But I have to say, it was you tapping me first and pointing out guys.
Kyle Busch gained half a second on Chastain and Truex that lap.
And then I looked up because there's no sun on the track and speed clouds.
And Kyle Busch just ran his fastest lap of the race while Truex and Chastain were side by side.
Jamie?
And his teammate Martin
Truex clears him. Chastain crosses him over.
He was so tight yesterday. I talked to his crew chief James Small and he said
Better sort it out, boys. He's pretty much gone. Now Truex clears Chastain from around the outside.
Cloudy today. We are setting up the car to be good when that takes place. It has cooled off about 8 degrees out here, ambient temp. That car has come to life now that it's freed up.
And Truex just ran his fastest lap of the race 2 laps ago.
Wow, that's some good recon, Jamie. That's good.
And how,
They
again,
said
how
their
that
cars
plays
have to
into
be
some
quicker when
teams'
it's
hand and
cooled
not
out.
others, like Chastain. He was the best in that last run when the sun was out. It cools down a little.
Can't get over the difference in Truex and Kyle, who have been good all day compared to what Chastain is now, because Chastain's really fell off here. They just didn't keep up with the racetrack. That's the inexperience of a second-year race team. Just didn't keep up with the racetrack. Oh boy, now we get Kyle Busch's fucking stupid-ass wife on camera for the rest of the day. I don't get their fascination with her. She ain't that hot.
Kurt's wife's hotter.
Kurt Busch's wife is fucking smoking, though. Kurt's got the hotter wife. They never show her. If you're going to show a driver's wife on TV, at least show one of the hotter ones.
Bubba's.
Bubba's chick is pretty hot. care about Samantha Bush and her test tube babies.
Her Kurt babies.
I want to watch cars go around the oval.
Those are Kurt's kids, though.
If this went green, I'd be shocked. Fucking Larson Elliott, 13th and 14th. What a letdown. Well, I'm just about eating this entire fucking thing. Probably made the stream more bearable because I was talking less. That shit was good. I regret it, but it was good. So I don't care.
Is it bad? I feel like Kyle's going to be the one to wreck.
Nah, he's going to hold it steady now. Kyle Busch can manage a gap.
26 laps to go. You're watching second and third. Martin Truex and Ross Chastain. Chastain, the first Chevrolet in third.
They're only a second back. If this was with the old car, they'd be about 3.5 back right now.
Like he may continue his string of top 10 finishes. He's the only driver this year with 2.
Damn, they're really not that far behind Kyle Busch. They're within a second. If they can stop dicking with each other. Where is Almirola running? Oh, he's 8th. Almirola's going to get 3 straight top 10s. Time to get that top 10, Almirola. This is last year. He's making the most of it. Kevin Harvick, 17th. Washed. Truex has cut 2 tenths into Kyle Busch's lead. If Chastain was smart, I wouldn't race too hard to beat Truex. I'd be like, stay with him, and you can draft him up to the car in front of you. Yep, Stenhouse going for another top 10. 47's been pretty good this year through 3 races. I never thought I'd see Bubba outrunning the 2 best Hendrick cars on a 1.5 miles. Truex has gained another 10th on Kyle Busch. 2 more tenths. He went from 8 tenths back to 6 back.
I guess I find myself wondering that, this is a downforce racetrack.
Yeah, Truex has got some serious speed. Now he's driven away from Ross. Got it under half a second now. Truex is coming. I didn't feel confident that Kyle Busch had a winning race car. Like, he's got a top 5 car, and on a short run, he'd probably win. But over a long run, I didn't think he was that good.
I might be crazy for thinking it, but I don't think anybody in the top 3 is going to
We'll see. I just didn't think Kyle Busch had the long run speed. I thought Chastain would be better than he is. That was my misjudgment. But Kyle Busch's car is going about how I thought it would go. Not that great over a long run. We've hit 21 to go. Truex is within 3 tenths. God, ain't it nice to watch guys be able to run down somebody? 2 tenths. Is something wrong with Kyle Busch? He is so fucking slow now. Look how much faster Truex is than him. Yeah. Look how fucking fast Truex is all of a sudden. 20 to go.
But we had at the end of the Daytona race, at the end of California last week, 2 teammates going at it. Maybe a big block right here, huh?
You mean like this?
Just like this, Mike.
And look, Truex didn't totally lose his car in dirty air like you would. Truex kind of stalled out now that he's caught him. Chastain is trying something different behind him, about 6 tenths back. They're both trying a different line now. Kyle's trying to mirror drive Truex. This might bring Ross right back to him. Yeah, Ross is coming now because Truex got stalled out behind him. Now Truex to Kyle's inside. He's got to get this done before Chastain gets there.
Panic just said she didn't want to talk about the driving she was thinking about because it's bad luck, but she's happy Bowman's like right on that edge.
Yeah.
He's not 2 seconds
He
down.
drove to him, but how is he going to make this pass? I don't
Yeah, Truex stalled out now that he got to Kyle. And Truex is too big of a bitch to actually like make an aggressive move. Big run down the front stretch here. Kyle's going to take the out. That momentum is off the outside, coming off the corner. That's how you make passes. That time Truex got a little tight. Yeah, Truex got a little tight there. You hear him have to jump out of the gas. See if he can make another run at it. He goes back and then he gathers it back up and he gets back after it again. 17 laps to go. I'm still waiting for a caution. If a caution comes out, I think Kyle Busch has it because he's good on short runs. Everybody will pit again, and he's good on short runs.
Like he probably lost the nose, but it looks like now he's probably trying to search for some cleaner air.
Kyle's such a good all-around driver. He can drive defensively. He can drive offensively. Ross has faded back now. I don't think he's going to be a factor unless these two get side by side for an extended period of time. 16 to go. Truex making another run at it. You're going to have to run where Kyle's not. Dirty air's not a big deal anymore, but it still hurts you. That was a good corner for Truex. Kyle's going to have a nice run off, but look how good Truex was through that corner. Now do it again. Go to the bottom here in 3 and 4. There you go. Now Truex sends it in. Kyle's going to get a big run off and stay in front of him, though. All Chastain needs is for them to be like this for a lap and a half or two. Oh, Kyle clears him at the start-finish line. If Truex could just stay side by side with Kyle. We're at 15 to go, coming to 14. Are we still in the Truex era? As Kyle Busch said. If he could just get to his quarter panel on the front stretch. 14 to go. Running out of chances, Truex. Kyle running a little lower now. Because yeah, they've driven off Chastain's second half back. He is not going to be a factor. Kyle ran a little lower. He didn't run on the very bottom, but he ran lower that time. Truex runs higher, but still in clean air. Kyle trying to break the draft. That's how nervous he is now. Bad line for Truex. Although Kyle's car didn't like that. Whatever Kyle did in 2, his car didn't like, and now they're side by side. Truex to the bottom. Send it in. Slide job. Slide time. Slide time. He's going to pass you right back, Martin, if you don't do it. He's going to pass you right back. Crossover, crossover. It went from a Truex slide job to a Kyle Busch crossover. A few more laps of this, and Chastain might get there. Kyle holds him off again. Now they switch lines. Kyle runs bottom, Truex on top. I don't think Kyle's car liked the bottom at all. The lower Kyle ran, the worse his car gets. This is really good. Now Truex back to the bottom. Kyle takes the top while Truex runs middle.
If you're Truex, you got to make your pounce, make your move, utilize that lap traffic to your advantage. But that's really
that was a really good lap for Kyle Busch. This lap car is going to make Truex have to follow Kyle Busch into 1, which is what he doesn't want to do. Kyle's not good in 1 and 2 at all. That's where Truex gets back to him, and then Kyle's just good enough off of 4 to stay ahead of him. Kyle went really high in 3 that time, really high. I thought he was going to hit the wall. This is where Kyle's just good enough to stay in front of him, and that's all that matters. If he can keep beating Truex off of 4, he's got it. Truex had the laziest slide job of all time to get the lead. Kyle crossed him over and got it right back. And here's Truex's best part of the racetrack. 10 to go, by the way. I don't know if I want to caution or not. Look at Kyle's car. Got a little unstable there into 3. Kyle didn't have a good entry into 3, but still good enough off of 4 to stay clear. Big old fucking mess of lap cars ahead. Kyle goes to the bottom. His car doesn't like the bottom. His car doesn't lock the bottom. Cross him, Truex. Truex got loose trying to cross him over off of 2. God, Ty Dillon's getting lapped. Hell, he was just in the top 10. What the fuck? Truex, bad corner there. Bad corner in 3. Kyle didn't get the big run off of 4 because he ran the bottom, though, so Truex stayed with him. 8 to go. This is a really good race. That lap car. Michael McDowell.
I cannot believe we're 3 weeks in a row and it's going to come down to a block again on a teammate. With a whole different organization.
You calling that in, Clint?
Whole different Monday.
Kyle Busch is really pushing the limits in 3 and 4. It's his best part of the racetrack, but he's really pushing the limit. 7 to go. Come on, Truex. See, Truex is too big of a bitch. Truex is too big of a bitch to make the move he needs to make to win the race. And because it's a teammate. That's what's frustrating. You know, he's racing him a little different because it's a teammate, but Truex would race anybody like this. He's not that tough. This reminds me of Edwards and Kyle Busch at Richmond a couple years ago. Remember that? Truex gets to his inside again in 3 and 4, but Kyle's got this big run off. We're right back to where we were 5 laps ago. 6 to go. Martin is pissing me off with how wimpy he's racing here. Chastain's really faded. Kyle took his line away.
He let that thing settle, get the nose pointed, and then back to the gas, and Truex couldn't do anything with him. I thought 1 and 2 was his downfall.
Kyle's just hanging on in 3 and 4, running the high line. 5 to go, Martin. Quit being a pussy. I think this race is going to go green. I'm shocked. I think Kyle's got it now. Depending on where these lap cars go. Yep, Kyle's pretty much got it now without a caution. Because Truex races like a fucking pansy. Chastain and Bowman for 3rd. See, they've cut away from the lead. It's over. Truex is such a fucking pansy. If he had been more aggressive when he got in front of Kyle, like he should have been, he'd have been all right. But now he's too big of a fucking wimp. Lap car right in front of Kyle Busch. Changes lines in the middle of the corner. That's a break for Kyle. I was worried there for a second for him. It got Truex back within 3/10 of him again. 3 to go. Oh, we got a caution. 3 to go. Eric Jones just knocked the wall down. Put it out. Why are we not throwing a caution? About to say, what the fuck, dude? Ooh.
Oh!
Bubba, look out.
Oh, my God.
That wouldn't have fucking happened if they threw the goddamn caution. Yeah, Bubba gets crashed because they don't throw a fucking caution. And the pace car almost got hit, too. Dude.
Eric Jones just almost died.
What the? Because they didn't throw a fucking caution. They waited and waited and waited to see if somebody was going to crash. Are they fucking stupid? That's NASCAR's fault that Bubba wrecked there. They should have threw the caution the moment Jones started going through the fucking grass. Jesus, man. Pit. What the fuck? Here's where the... Okay, I'll tell you when the caution should come out. Boom. Caution. Still green. Still green. They were still green. Still no caution. Now caution comes out. Oh, too late. The motherfucker wrecked for half a lap before they threw a caution.
He clobbered the wall coming out of 4, and Bubba almost hit him and turned.
And they didn't throw a caution until he got down here.
That's not very comfortable for a driver. When
Caution. They wait till there to throw the yellow.
You're just waiting for the thing to stop.
Fucking bozos, man. And look at the pace car. If Bubba spun sooner, he'd have crashed into the fucking pace car. Because these fucking idiots don't know when to throw cautions. NASCAR, what the fuck?
Now you can see what a torn up tire does.
When somebody hits the wall that goddamn hard, it's a caution.
Affected, but that was all from the tire blowing
It's
up
a
there.
fucking caution when somebody hits the wall that fucking hard, dude. Give me a fucking break.
Kyle Busch the caution that you wanted to see.
I wouldn't have wanted one either. Kyle had it one.
Kyle Busch team audio here.
I'm like you though. If somebody hits the wall like that, as soon as you hit it, caution.
He, like Kyle said, this is actually not bad for Kyle. He's good on the short runs. He had him beat on that long run, but he's even better on short runs. Yeah, NASCAR wrecked Bubba by not throwing the fucking caution. Idiots. I thought NASCAR wanted more cautions. Why'd they fucking wait so long for that one?
You're going to raise the air pressures up, I would think. That helps it take off.
So, Larry, in 2020, teams were faced with this question. Do you stop or
Pit.
stay?
Well, the biggest thing is sets of tires, Mike. We've got 18 drivers on the lead lap.
They fucking killed Bubba's day because they didn't throw the damn caution.
Scuffs, but I know there's a set of stickers
Pit.
laying in those 9 pits right now. Chase Elliott.
Chase has a fresh set.
Cars on the lead lap. I believe Bubba would have been the free pass car. Who's lapped down. We'll double check that. Chris Buescher will be the free pass.
Everybody pitting, unless I wish somebody'd stay out. I wish somebody in the back would have stayed out. Yeah, the fucking pace car almost got nailed.
And he has been silent on the radio for the entire run so far. 4 tires for him. William Byron, that race car just a little bit too tight with the front tires. 2 tires for
Money
him.
stuff.
2 tires? Who took 2?
Alex Bowman is in. He'll take the 4 tires. The 19 who was running second said, we've got 40 laps on this set of tires. We need to come in. Trying to see, I believe these are Scott's.
Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, William Byron, all on 2 tires. Kyle Busch, the first on 4. Chastain and then Truex. 2 tires can work on a short run. On 2 laps, this could work. This could work.
Byron to the good on that stop. And this, well, this has changed everything.
That 5 car has a stellar pit crew. He talked about them winning a championship at the
Well, they only took 2 tires.
I don't think that was a tire stop, though. You know, strategy going on 2 tires there. Where Truex, the 9 I saw.
Kyle is the first car on 4 tires.
This is going to be interesting. Can those tires hold off?
Hey, those drivers that took 2 tires.
Still not going to get any goddamn money out of this.
I think it was worth the gamble right there.
2 tires is worth it here. It's 2 laps. Keselowski led for like 3 laps on 2 tires, and his car wasn't nearly as good as the Hendrick cars.
I guarantee you, that could be that cat right there.
Well, I might have been right.
If he's in victory lane, it's because of his call taking 2 tires.
The important thing is they got the 18 out of clean air. That's important for all of them because he's really good on these short runs. And I don't know what happened to Ross on that last run.
Got to try something different.
With 2 laps to go, we went from Joe Gibbs Toyota's 1-2 to Rick Hendrick Chevrolet's 1-2-3.
Chase took 4 because he had a set.
Chase is going monster from 10. Hendrick 1, 2, 3, 4.
If Chase gets a couple more restarts, we'll see.
$2,000 every time they.
Right, even under caution.
I can't believe that just happened.
Ukraine relief.
And I can't believe how fucking stupid NASCAR is.
Every caution right now costs
You're going to get
Hendrick $2
reset.
grand.
You know, you're not liking
They
what you
lead a
see.
lap.
You're not, definitely not liking last week's winner, Kyle Larson, being on the point. His teammate and other 2 teammates in front of you, 1, 2, 3. You got to get yourself calmed down, figure out how to utilize this
Sounds
grip
like
in
a
your race
fresh
car with the 4 tires.
Kyle had fresh. A lot of guys had 1 set.
I feel like he's pretty calm. I don't know. When caution came out, he said car's pretty good. He kind of had a
think
giggle.
Hendrick's gonna
I don't think he's upset, but I think there's something.
If there's more than 1 overtime, no. But if it's just this one, yeah, they might have it. Look at all that shit all over the backstretch. You want to clean that up, NASCAR?
I cannot wait to see.
Or do you want to wait till somebody hits it?
Calm Kyle has been. He has remained calm through this whole sequence. The team very
This
quick to
restart
point out
might
to
get me a
that's
chubby,
242 lap tires on those cars in front of you.
Watch him go
Pumping
6
him up hard,
wide
making sure he knows the exact situation.
How many overtimes we're going to have? I don't know. We have less opportunities. Vegas is a smaller track than Fontana, so Kyle is either going to push and swing to the outside, or he's going to start on the bottom line, push, and then go 3 wide on the bottom. He's not going to wait. As soon as they hit that start-finish line, he's going to fan out and pass them all around the outside.
We'll take the wave around when they give one to go.
Ross is a really good pusher. Ross has been the best pusher all day.
With the right front missing, has
There's a bit of a race within a race here.
NASCAR overtime. It's a 2-lap shootout.
I'm thirsty. I'll be right back.
The white flag under the green. The next flag, yellow or checker, will end the race. If we have a caution prior to the white flag, we'll line them back up and do it again until we get it.
Man, if you're Kyle Larson, I guarantee I had a conversation with my spotter after last week, but I'd be darned if I don't find myself in the same situation. I'm going to have to block my teammates to win this race.
So Larson, who had an extra stop and a speeding penalty, is the leader. Bowman, who got called for tire interference, is second. William Byron, who hit the wall earlier, is third. Kyle Busch, in a backup car, is fourth.
That spun out, hit the wall.
Penalty, wreck, backup car.
Clean left in the race.
Ross Chastain has had a
Hey, my sponsor's back.
on the track and on pit road, and he is fifth. So let's review the tires taken on the last pit stop. The Hendrick Chevys got 2 each.
I still wish somebody would stayed out
I wonder why Chase took 4.
But as
because he had a full set.
Jamie and Regan noted,
I mean, he was running like
But he
shit.
didn't go with his teammate.
But he was running like shit.
tires that had been used
He would have been the first one to get run over by Kyle Busch or Ross Chastain if he did it. So.
because the teams were out of new tires.
I just think it's so weird because it's a 3-to-1
Now,
thing.
the teams that just changed right tires, those were sticker tires, Larry tells us. So, would you rather have 2 new and 2 used? Or
With
a
a
set of
lap
fresh
to go,
scuffs?
forgive me because I don't know, but Kyle Larson went from non-factor to
Ross can still win. It's going to be between him and Kyle Busch, but they're going to have to make quick work of the Hendrick cars.
It's his race to manage from here on out because of that 2 tire stop. So absolutely,
It all depends on what kind of restart Kyle gets and how hard the car in front of him blocks.
I still think you put 4
If
tires
Kyle
on
just
it.
swings to the outside, he will pass all 3 of them by the time they get out of turn 2.
23 lead lap cars.
Best short run car here on the best tires is Kyle Busch. He'll pass all 3 of them coming out of 2, unless they block it up.
1 week ago. Kyle Larson in California
Tell me
had
he won't do that to Kyle Busch.
skirmish with teammate Chase Elliott while he was battling Joey Logano. Kyle Larson then
Yeah, Michael, we need a Chevrolet.
in his home
Preferably Ross or Elliott, but Elliott's a little too far back.
his NASCAR Cup title defense.
If we had 4 cars take 2, that would have been great. I'm glad Chase didn't. He was going to get run over no matter what. He was running like shit.
I know that.
I'm surprised somebody like Alvin rolled
I think I want to be on the
Yeah.
outside.
I don't know,
of the
risking
2
that
tires.
top 10
You know, my
straight.
car's
They can't
probably
go
gonna
fuck
be
it.
a
They're in
little
the
bit
top
lighter
10.
on
Let's
speed,
get
a
the
little
4
more relief, you will. And that being said, I want that guy on the inside.
Alvin Roll has
That
already
puts you in
overachieved
control
his year.
of your own destiny. If you let him get to your outside, he's not going to.
I wonder if a car's going to wreck for an entire lap again before they throw the caution.
That's Tyler Munn, the spotter for Kyle Larson.
They're about to choose.
On your help behind you. You know, who's going to be pushing me? This is such a big
Excuse me.
here. You're on old tires.
Larson outside, Bowman inside, Byron outside, Kyle Busch inside, Chastain goes inside behind Kyle. If I was Ross, I'd have went to that outside. I don't know. Truex went outside.
We've seen this,
I don't know.
yesterday in Xfinity, the truck race. You know, that truck race, they kept
Maybe we
putting
get
people
lucky
3
and
out
Ross
on the
just cuts
outside.
down and goes to the
If
inside of Kyle.
you
and
know
leaves him
Bowman's
out
spotter is going to be telling him to protect.
I know one thing, that inside line's going to get a hell of a push.
Looking at the inside. But honestly, if he protects too much, I would look for Kyle to maybe shoot the middle.
Oh, I love these
Gain some
other
track
time
position.
results.
You have to know that you got to watch Kyle. If Kyle fakes to the bottom and Bowman throws a bad enough block, Busch will shoot back to the middle and take him 3 wide through the middle. And he will pass them coming out of 2.
Are we betting on that?
I wouldn't bet on it.
Ricky Stenhouse had to drop to the rear, speeding on pit road.
Stenhouse sped on pit road.
Not going to do that.
I was gonna say, what a time.
The first attempt at overtime, green, white, checker. Larson in front of Byron, Bowman in front of Kyle Busch.
I just feel like Chastain should have went outside. I think he made a mistake putting himself behind Kyle Busch.
You can trust the push on the outside with William Byron, I think, if you're Kyle Larson. But if you're Alex Bowman, you absolutely can't trust that push. He is going to go to the inside.
Busch is either going to shoot to your inside or go through the middle on you. So
That car looks
block aggressively, 48. Be a dick. Be the hack.
Sponsored by Credible
Green flag. Get ready for wherever the 18's going to shoot out underneath you. Here. Oh, nope. Kyle Busch stays in line. Very patient. Good restart by the 48 and the 5. Kyle Busch going to win the race, I think. I think Kyle Busch is going to win it. Kyle Busch going to win the race. Larson around the outside of Bowman coming to the white flag. White flag, 48 and the 5. Here comes Kyle Busch. Packing it into the corner. Byron still on Busch's outside, though. That's bad for Kyle. Kyle's really loose. Kyle got really loose. It's 48 versus 5. If something happens, oh, look at Larson going to lean on him. He's going to lean on him, suck him around. Oh, I think Bowman's going to win it. Alex Bowman. Woo! Alex Bowman.
Chastain third.
Alex Bowman won it again.
Chastain third.
Alex Bowman is the new Ryan Newman, dude. He wins the dumbest fucking races in the dumbest ways. 2 tires. There was no push in either lane. It was just 2 by 2 by 2 with no real momentum.
Can you hate Larson now?
Nah. I'm so happy Alex Bowman won. Alex Bowman stole another one. He's so good at that. Alex Bowman is the best. Oh, I love it. There was just no momentum in either line. It was Larson Bowman side by side by side. Bowman pushed up the track, which made Larson get wide. And I thought Larson was going to clear him from around the outside. Well, that was funny. Eric Almirola 6th. I knew that race wouldn't go green to the end. Alex Bowman, baby. I need to get me a Bowman shirt. 2 tires. Brad Keselowski showed me early in the race that was going to work. But I kept waiting for Kyle to get clear of Byron, but he couldn't get clear of Byron until
Byron was the bait.
He didn't get clear of Byron until the middle of turn 3 on the last lap.
Byron was the bait.
Yeah. Byron held him down just enough to let the 48 and 5 fight it out.
Well said.
That blows for Kyle and the other Kyle.
As a leader, you kind of go with the safe route, but if you're not, you gotta try something and
you get that nickname figured out.
Since the start of 2021, the 2 drivers with the most
Bowman loves stealing wins that he probably shouldn't get.
Alex Bowman now with 5.
Down.
Jamie.
Most wins
Alex
since last
Bowman
year.
hung there in the
Larson
top
and
10
Bowman.
all race long, Alex, but that car was coming on strong the last 50 laps. But what got it done? How about that strategy to take right sides to finish your day right here?
Good call.
Your teammate Kyle Larson, by the way.
Yeah, I just can't thank
Michael, you won $216.
everybody from Hendrick Motorsports enough. This thing was so fast all day. Just never really had the track position we needed to show it, but man, what a call by Greg Ives and the guys to take 2 there. Obviously, it paid off.
I love it.
That was always fun. Got to race him for a couple wins.
I got to go back and watch how Byron and Kyle Busch were side by side the entire time. That was the difference. Byron was just good enough.
Pretty awful start to the year. So to come out here and get a win on a last restart deal like that's pretty special.
Busch leads right up to the very end of this race. Seemingly
4th place, Kyle.
Today, Kyle, tough situation on 4 2 tires at the end of the race there, but based
Bowman
on
wins.
where
Denny
the
Hamlin
team was
can't.
yesterday and the work that had to go into it, has to be a good day nonetheless.
Yeah, true testament to everybody at Joe Gibbs Racing. Really appreciate the 18 guys, my guys, but also the 11.
He couldn't win the truck race Friday night either, for what it's worth.
Over, pitching in. Everybody had a hand in being able to make this, make us go today. So really appreciate that. And great Ethylam Chocolates Toyota Camry TRD today. Was good. They're fast at the end and trying to just do what I could to hold the lead there with Truex and felt like I inched away finally and we were coming to the white or something. I don't know what it was, but
They were on 3 to go, coming to 2 to go when the caution hit.
see you next week.
Wasn't meant to be, not our day.
What an incredible story he had today. And got
Yeah, Harrison Burton survived and finished 16th. Not bad for a rookie with no Cup experience. He may be a hack, but man, all he does is win races. Ain't
He
that
is
something?
the second winningest driver since last year.
Yep.
And we know who's above him.
He just reminds me so much of Newman early in his career. They really are the same fucking driver. Well, that race was under 4 hours. Clocked in at 3:29:47. Let me look through Twitter now. Oh, you want to know what Kyle Busch said on his radio coming to the finish line? Same fucking guy who backs into every fucking win he ever fucking gets. Fucking bullshit. Fuck him is what Kyle Busch said on his radio, according to Jeff Gluck. That's fucking great. Look, he did say it. Same fucking guy every fucking time. Loser. Loser. You're a loser. It's not my fault Alex Bowman just knows how to win. Come on, man. Alex Bowman's a winner. I don't know about you, but I like guys who win races. I like Alex Bowman. He wins races. And I love the way he wins them because it pisses people off like that. Alex Bowman is my favorite, man. I got to get me a Bowman shirt, dude. I got a Chase shirt. I got a Larson shirt. I got to get me a Bowman shirt. He's earned it now. Got to say, that was a weird one at the end. Whew, that was funny. So I got to love HMS. Fuck it. If we all take 2, one of us might be able to hold them off, right? Oh, yes. I know Alex Bowman doesn't like that nickname, but he is a fucking showman. Dramatic. Has Alex Bowman ever won a boring race? Oh, boy, Michael with 5 more. Thank you, Michael. I'm rich. Michael's hooking me up. We did score big today on the Chevrolets. I was the dumbass that wanted to pick Logano or Blaney. Oh, man, I love it. And I love that Kyle Busch was the one saying that shit on his radio about Bowman just getting lucky all the time. Oh, shit. What a great day. What a time to be alive. NASCAR is fun again. The races are fun. There's a little magic left in that 48 car. And yeah, Michael, you hit it big today. Hanging around for more interviews. Plus, I'm just trying to process that Alex Bowman just stole another win. Glorious. I love Alex Bowman. It's my fucking hero, man. It's more fun when you win like that. Dominating is good, but when you just fucking steal one at the last second, like, ha, got you, bitch.
Rip Vegas.
Michael, I guess I'll see you next week. Phoenix is next. That's another, like I said, it's another new kind of racetrack for the car. I say these big tracks are fun again, though.
Chase going to win next week.
Chase is pretty good at Phoenix.
We're going to go Hendrick.
Although I might pick Truex to win next week.
Alex Bowman in victory lane.
Yes, that race win diecast with that confetti on it. There you go. We got the top 3 covered if Bowman and Larson get DQ. Chastain wins.
Thanks to a late caution flag. Alex Bowman is the winner. Let's take a look at that final restart and see.
The key to the race is William Byron. Because the way Bowman and Larson are side by side, they should have got smoked by somebody behind them being side by side the way they were. But the thing was, Byron was side by side with Kyle Busch. This restart was weird. Nobody got a good push. They were dead even. Dead fucking even.
So again, not a lot of movement. When you get door to door like that, you're just essentially stalled out. Didn't give him that opportunity to get a big run. See, he was working on William Byron while those other two were up there working on each other. He never got that big.
And I was watching, I mean, they raced for lead. I was watching Busch and Byron more than I was watching Bowman and Larson. just to make sure that they were going to get away. And at this point, I'm like, figure it out so one of y'all can drive on and win the fucking race. But they stayed side by side the whole time.
That's where I thought Kyle was
Yeah, that's when I said, Kyle's going to win the race. But then Byron stayed next to him. And then Larson lost the nose in 4. And there, Kyle had got clear of Byron, and here come Ross Chastain. And it's race over. Bowman wins anyway. Next gen is great. This car is awesome. Puts on a great race from start to finish, consistently. Never a dull moment with this car.
Very strong performance for Ross Chastain in Trackhouse Racing today. You battled through it, won a stage, led a bunch of laps, end up 3rd.
Yeah, man, dream come true, Regan. It's this is what all the work is for, right? This is why we train and try to build our whole lives and careers. Once we realize we can race at this level, is to have race cars like that. I couldn't be more proud of Trackhouse, and to have the ACMs on the car, be able to go over and hang out now tomorrow night is really cool. It took a lot of patience inside the car, you know. From our fast racing, it's tough.
The track was never boring. The cars were boring.
And Josh Wise and a book by Trevor Moab really helped me today. That's progress.
Thanks, Ross.
He had a great race today, Danica.
Let's say Bubba Wallace was top 10 before NASCAR nearly got him killed. So
Yesterday, after it came off the wall and the parts strewn all over the garage, they put it together and they came within a caution flag of winning.
I'm still stuck on Ross and this book that he was just talking about that made a big difference. I think I need to get that book. We all need to get that book.
I didn't have that option as well. I was like, wait a minute, who's he saying? That's what I was missing.
So many good stories, though, today. I mean, to see Kyle running that well after how much he had going on all weekend. Fun race.
It was.
Yeah, it really was, and it's a game of who can make the fewer mistakes. You know, you said it, it's attrition all across the board.
Like, not
with
even
Kyle
Busch
Busch having
even
trouble
Mike
spinning
Joy.
out, hitting the wall, going to the lead, going to the back. He was all over the place, and he wasn't the only one. We saw it all across the board.
who let this 7-year-old boy into the booth with Boyer and Mike Joy?
And man, you're seeing it in a big way.
Eric Almirola got his 3rd top 10 of the season this year.
Yep.
In fact, all of these drivers, 25 of them, have at least one top 10 finish
25
of this
drivers
season.
with
Now, that's the most after 3 races since 1973. So Danica will join us next week in Phoenix. We'll join Clint and
Come on back, Danica. You didn't piss anybody off today.
Oh, Danica and Mark together.
You'll see the Charlotte
Alex Bowman's the GOAT. I'm going to start talking about Bowman like people talk about Tom Brady because it's basically the same fucking thing. They win for the same stupid reason. All right, stream over. I'll see y'all next week. If not before then, I might stream something before then. Good night. Go Bowman.